Well, I guess it's time. It's time to start the starter. I'm sorry. It's time to start the show. So let's do that. Hi. How's it going? Yeah, I don't know what happened just then. I must have had a problem. So I apologize. But hey, it's Order 42. I'm Rob. How's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. All of you in here. Ninjutsu was first. Look, hey, Ninjutsu was first, okay? And he says, just watch Terminator as an adult for the first time. Wow. Insane what they accomplished with that film. I agree. I agree with you. I was hoping the psychologist dude was going to be blown away, LOL. Well, as Cosma says, hey, are you going to watch T2? Because you have to at this point. If you haven't seen Terminator 2, you need to watch that. Because it's good. It's really good. I mean, it's like that's one of those where a lot of people say, oh, well, it's good for an action movie, or it's good for like a sci-fi movie or something like that. And it's like, no, that's just a good movie. Like, it's just a good movie, period. And everyone should own a copy. I mean, that's just, look, I don't make the rules. That's just the way it is. So there you go. You got it. Yes. Yeah. You need to do it. Now, I will tell you, there's a little bit of a bonus tonight because, again, well, I shouldn't even say that. I'll just say this. I didn't know this stuff was coming this early. So I got a couple of surprises. And it might just have something to do with something we just talked about. So there you go. Stay tuned. But hey, I want to, again, welcome you to the Order 42 show. There's a lot, I mean, there's so much going on and there's so many movies coming out. It's crazy. It really is, like, it's going to be crazy. Not to mention, of course, Switch 2 coming next week. Apparently Apple is going to announce some big thing next week. I mean, not really in conjunction with Switch 2, but almost like they're trying to steal some of the Switch 2 thing. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's see what else. There's gosh. I mean, records being broken. We'll talk about that. And Slades, what's going on? Right now, I'm currently working on remastering Batman 89 because the 4K official release messed up all the colors and sound design with the sound mixing. That being said, would you consider a fan restoration the same thing as a fan edit? No, not necessarily, because, you've got the, like, of course, the most famous one, right? The Star Wars trilogy, the original trilogy, the holy trilogy, as some might say. And there have been many efforts to restore it to its original glory. Now, I mean, some people, like Harmy has, like the Harmy despecialized edition, which is, I've seen that. I may or may not have copies of that. But yeah, what he's done is taken from the best sources available and tried to make, I guess restoring it to its original. But see, here's the thing. That's all subjective too. Because what you may remember is not the same thing I remember. The colors you remember aren't the same that I remember. I mean, what if you saw Star Wars for the first time in 1977, which, let's be honest, there's probably not a whole lot of people in this chat that can say that they saw it 1977, right? What if you watched it for the first time and the light bulb was dim? Your whole experience with that movie is tainted by a poor exhibition. So your memory might be different from mine versus others and whatever. So it's a slippery slope. Now, all I can say is that, I mean, you would hope that the final edition that came out in 95 on VHS, I guess the most updatedest version of the original version of the trilogy, that should have as close to what the director intended as possible, right? But who's to say he's correct? Who's to say that, oh man, he colored that really, blue or really orange, or, you know what I mean? A little bit, it's too warm for my taste, or it's too cool for my taste. The color temperature, right? It's all subjective, man. So all you can do is, go with the best of a possible version, in the best quality. So it's a thing. I don't actually own Batman 89 on any format. And I think it's because I watched the ever loving crap out of that movie, and I don't need to see it for at least another 10 years. I watched Batman 89 so much. It was stupid. But I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's just the 4K version of Batman 89. For those reasons alone, it's inferior and sucks. But I don't know what you mean by that. Like I don't know. Jody B, hey there, had to watch the Starship launch in case it blew up. I didn't know there was a Starship launch. That's funny because I follow Bill Hunt, and usually he's on top of that kind of stuff, and I didn't see anything about it. I'm assuming it didn't. It went well. I hope so. I don't know. But no, I don't think a fan restoration is exactly the same, but I don't know. In my mind it really isn't the same because you're trying to restore it to the best possible version, but it's still open for interpretation, you know? So, like to me, it's like The Abyss. The Abyss looks on 4K looks better than it ever has. And it looks great to me. And I love that 4K. And yet there are many people that say that The Abyss is one of the worst because some of the charm of that movie was in the way that it looked. And I'm like, man, I don't it's so subjective, you know? I loved the way that Aliens looked, but I mean, many people say, "Oh, it's just a 2K upscale." And, you know, there's some AI stuff going on in there and they can tell. Some people can tell. I cannot point one scene to you and say that looks like AI to me. True Lies, on the other hand, looked really bad in some spots. So it's all up for interpretation. I still am glad that I have True Lies in the format that I do. Although True Lies isn't my favorite. Did I put that? Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's on the shelf over there. But yeah, I will definitely. Ninjinzu is answering. I will definitely see T2. I've seen those movies a lot younger, but on those Latino channels where the dub is hilarious. Oh, well then okay. I would love to hear what you think. I mean I'm assuming we all would. I mean it's awesome. I love that stuff. It's up there in orbit. The heavy booster blew up on recovery. Oh, so the heavy booster, is that the one where? Look, I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to this stuff, so pardon me if my questions are stupid or just uninformed. But is that the one where if it's done right, then it can land and then the thing can catch it? Is that so that blew up, but the regular thing is okay? Is that what you're saying? Jody B? Jody B. Look at you. And I see the orange there. That's interesting. That's I think you were the first person in chat to have the orange badge. The orange badge. That's kind of neat. So Ninjinzu still has the red one because he signed up a little later than you did. That's interesting. That's cool. I forgot that I did that. So yeah, I think it's every couple of months. If you stay a member, your badge will update. And at the end, I don't know what happens. I can't remember. I can't remember what I did. It doesn't explode or anything, you know. Not like the heavy booster there. Anyway. One of my favorite comic books that I ever read was AVP, Archie versus the Predator. They have made 2 graphic novels of that concept. That is odd. I've never been into Archie, or really most of the, I guess, what would you call that? Silver Age type comics. I'm not a huge fan. Like, of course, because I'm a Batman fan, I'm a huge Batman fan. I did read a bunch of the sort of the collected, you know, sort of the best, kind of the best comics from those times. And then, let's see, I did read some older X-Men, some older Avengers stuff. But Silver Age in general, some of that stuff's kind of hokey. I've just never been in, so I never was into Archie, you know. Like I had a friend in, gosh, was it elementary school, middle school? I don't remember when. It's too long ago. I'm too old. But he had those and I was kind of like, just not my thing. Just not my thing. But there you go. Uh, they did Archie meets Batman 66, and it's awesome. I mean, I'll take your word for it. That is a period of history and a period of I'm not a big fan of some of that stuff. Like the campy stuff, I've just never like I don't need my Batman to be super serious, but I don't want him to be hokey either, you know? Anti-shark repellent, stuff like that. That's just not my thing. I've never been a big fan, especially like it's kind of like MacGyver. Like I was never a fan of MacGyver for the same reason. It's kind of like, well, all I need is a tuna can and some fishing line and some glue of some sort. Oh, there it is. Like it's all just anything he needs to build something to get out of something, it's always just right there. You know? And and you could say, "Well, he's just making the best of what he has." No, that's not the way it was presented in the show. It was more like, like, "Oh my god, there it is. It's all the things that I needed." And it's just I don't like that kind of stuff. So when Batman, fights a shark and all of a sudden out of nowhere he's got a can hanging off his belt called anti-shark repellent, it's just not my thing. It's not my thing. But hey, more for you. Batman Hush 2 is out. Only a few issues in. I enjoyed the original Hush run. I read that, God, shortly after it was collected. Because I'm one of those where I don't go to comic shops anymore. If there's it's kind of like, it's almost like, in a way, it's kind of like video games. Like if a comic run makes a big enough stink, I'll hear about it. And when I hear about it, that's when I'm like, okay, now I want to read it because now it's done and I can just read it. I'm not one for, waiting. I guess it's kind of like, people who, instead of watching a show every week, they'll just wait till the season's over and binge it. It's kind of the same thing with comics for me. I've always been that way. And the other thing is I'm not up for, I don't need to have like oh, I've got the original issue. It's no, I don't care. I want to read it. I don't want to keep it locked up in a bag and behind glass and all that crap. I don't need that. I don't want to be. That's the one thing that I've realized about myself is that I don't need to be a steward of history. It's like all this. All of this can be read, and it doesn't matter if it gets messed up. If I get some dirty fingerprints on them, who cares? They're meant to be read, and that's what I want. I don't need to be a steward of history. Like I don't need an original first printing of The Hobbit. Well, Rob, that'd be like $30,000. Short of the price. If someone gave it to me, it would be like, I want to get rid of this because I don't want to be responsible for it. That's kind of how I look at it, but that's just me. But yeah, I want to read Hush 2. I didn't realize that they were, I mean, I think I'd heard whispers about that, but I'm not 100% sure that I knew that was coming. So thank you. Thank you for letting me know about it. Thank you for letting me know. What are your thoughts on the Super Friends series as a whole? I know it's on Blu-ray now. Not a fan. And you also have to think that some of that stuff was out as I was sort of, you say aging out, but it's not really aging out. It's just like the kid stuff, the more kid-friendly cartoons. I was moving on to, oh, I want to watch something else, And but what's weird is I never liked, like Flintstones, Jetsons, all that stuff was way before my time. I say way, probably 10 years before my time. I didn't like any of it. I couldn't Scooby-Doo, didn't like any of it. None of it. I just couldn't stand it. It's just something about it I didn't like. I didn't like the look of it. I didn't like the storytelling in it. It just never appealed to me. And I would say most episodic TV back then was not a fan. I mean, of course I loved the Transformers and G.I. Joe, but that's because everybody else loved it. And, you know? And I actually really enjoyed the comics. The Transformers comics were awesome back then because there were like real stories. And I like that. But there you go. Star Fox, what's going on? And Star Fox also has the orange badge. There you go. That's I believe that's the 2-month badge. Hey, appreciate that. Bubs, welcome, Bubs. How are you? I haven't been on any of the streams lately just because, I mean, look, Saturdays and Sundays have been rough for me because of the hiking, and holy crap. Holy crap, the hiking has been kicking our butts. And it's because of the heat and the humidity. What you didn't see I don't know if some of you probably weren't here early enough, but the beginning of the stream, I show it's me hiking through the freaking woods, and I was so tired, and we only did 7 miles. That's the crazy part. And you might say, well, only 7 miles. That's a lot. It's not a lot for us. I mean, we did 16 miles, what, a month and a half ago? Not even? Oh, no, I guess it was about a month and a half ago. And it was hard, but we made it. I didn't really start getting tired till about mile 13 or 14. And we did 7 miles and it was kicking our butt. And it's because of the humidity. You can't breathe. You're just like, it's tough, man. Your muscles are affected, and it's just, it's horrible. So we're supposed to do this weekend, we're supposed to do 19 miles. That's our, we don't have to do it, but it's one of those things where we're trying to work up to the 24, right? Because 24, Grand Canyon, rim to rim. So top of one, go down into the canyon, go up the canyon, 24 miles. We're doing it at the end of September. So we are right now, we are on track. We haven't missed a goal yet. So we want to try to get that 19 miles in this weekend. And it's actually going to be cooler than it was last weekend. So hopefully we'll be able to do it. The problem is it's been raining. So all of the hiking trails, like one of the hiking trails that we frequent is it's a long trail, but it's on the easy. It's not like a bunch of up and down, up and down. It's been washed out for the last month because it seems like right before we're about to go, it'll either rain or it'll be such a heavy rain that it won't dry out by the weekend. So we haven't been able to hike on our regular trail. So it's really kind of sucked. So we were doing the moderate trail this last weekend, and I could only do 7 miles. April said, I'm going to go ahead and do the 9 because we had planned on doing 9. And I said, I just can't. I'm going to go sit in the car and recuperate. And she came back within just a few minutes. She did an extra mile than me. Yeah, it's been tough, man. It's been really tough, but we're going to try to do it. We're going to try to keep going. And there's Ninjinzu with it'd be cool to take a lot of the darker stories that existed. It'd be cool to take a lot of the darker stories that exist through a Silver Age lens, adapting the dark storylines through the Silver Age, and make a comic where it gets darker as it goes along. I mean, yeah. And again, I don't think that it has to be super dark. It's just when it's campy, you lose me, And it's like, the thing that I like about, like Superman the movie, like 1978, Christopher Reeve, right? The thing I like about that movie is that it's got a bit of the hokey in there. And a bit of the almost 50s Americana kind of feel to it. More in line with the, where Superman existed, where Superman came from. And it has a lot of that 50s Americana thing that I just like it. But it never feels super campy until you get to Superman 2. And then Superman 3 is even worse. And then Superman 4, I don't think I ever saw. Because I heard it was so bad. And Superman 3 was bad enough. It was there again, moments in Superman 3 I really like. Like when he's like angry, or he's like bad Superman. I kind of like that, but it's cheesy. It's just cheesy, and it's not good. But then you got Man of Steel, and it hovers too far into the, dark, angsty thing that I don't really think fits Superman. So that's why I'm really excited about this new Superman, because hey, it looks like it's gonna be, I don't know, it could be terrible. I don't know, but I was, so what I've seen so far, I like it so far. I guess we'll see. Uh oh, and by the way, I was not able, I think I said it on last week's stream. I was not able to go to Retropalooza, so I have no idea how things went. I did watch Chief's video on his, like, what he took and his setup, and it was like, man, if I was there, I'd buy that. I would have bought that. But then I was like, I don't want to bug him. He's probably in the middle of doing whatever he's doing. I don't want to bug him. But like, he had a copy of Salem's Lot hardcover. He didn't highlight it on the little stream, but I saw it and I was like, I kind of want that, because it's Stephen King, and it seems like every time I go to Retropalooza, I try to buy something from someone, and most of the time, Chief is the only one where I really find something that I want. I mean, yeah, sure, you can just go buy something, but I want to support, the thing. But man, Chief has the best stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. The animation of Scooby-Doo was always hard to watch. My eyes did not like it. Yeah, it's the animation, it's the goofy storytelling. It's just not for me, And again, I get it. There's people that grew up with it and they love it. And more power to you, but not for me. Not for me. Carbonite, what's going on? Hey, Robin Chat peeps, good to see you. And yeah, glad you're doing well. Well, thank you, Bubs. I appreciate it. I mean, look, man, it's been, well, you can still see it, and my eye is definitely better than it was last week even. It's not, see, before it felt like a sty or something, like in your eye, where when you move your eye around you can kind of feel like there's something there. I don't feel that anymore. I still am slightly more sensitive to light than I was like last week. Last week I couldn't go outside without sunglasses on, but today it wasn't that bad. So I'm thinking I'm almost 100%, which is great. And I wonder if there's something in that was making me feel bad when we're hiking. I don't know. My blood pressure was really low though. Well, low for me. When I took it after, I've been trying to keep track of my blood pressure, because there was a couple times when I got dizzy and I thought my blood pressure may be too low. Like maybe I'm getting to that point where I'm getting healthy enough where maybe I don't need the blood pressure medication, because that same thing happened when I was doing the MMA crap before I got really sick. And I had to stop taking it because I was like, I'm going to pass out if I don't stop taking this. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully this will all be cleared up shortly. I bet it looks, I mean, I don't know. On camera, it doesn't look as good. Like when I'm just looking in the mirror, I'm like, oh yeah, it's looking better. Like on camera right now, it still looks bad. And it's just healing. I don't know. Rob, I love when you talk about going rim to rim. That's going to be interesting. I've actually been trying to think of how I want to document it. Like, I don't think I'm going to have service down in the canyon, because what I was thinking was, wouldn't it be cool to live stream at least part of it? But I don't think I'm going to be able to get service down there. I think I honestly don't know. I don't know how it's going to work. But I will definitely be filming a lot of it. Anything cool we see, I'm going to basically have my camera in my hand the whole time, like a water ball in one hand. Well, we might have the, what do you call it? The hydration pack or whatever. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing. 24 miles in one day, starting at 5 a.m. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge. But the whole thing is, it's like, Like when we're going downhill or when we're on an easy trail, we can do about a little over 3 miles an hour, which is pretty good. And what they say is that by 11 a.m., you want to be at this point, which is 16 miles in. Well, 5 to 11, that's 6 hours. And most of that is going to be going downhill. So hopefully we could probably do those 16 miles in a little over 5 hours. But it's after that's where it starts getting tough, because you start having to go up, right? Because it's not like straight down. It's not like I have to rappel down this thing. It's a slow trail, and some of it's going back and forth. You know what I mean? But it's not like straight down and straight back up. So it's going to be interesting. But hopefully we can get to that place. They say try to shoot to be at this place by 11 a.m. Because what happens is it starts getting really hot, and the walkway is like there's walls, and it gets really hot in there. So you don't want to be going through that in the middle of the day. And I'm like, holy crap. And then I was like, oh my God, I don't know if we can make it. I don't know if we can make it 16 miles in 6 hours. But then I was looking at it, and I'm like, okay, I think we can actually do that, because most of that's going to be going downhill. So we should be able to go faster. Now, the problem is I'm going to be going with my wife and her sister. And both of them are going to be like, oh my God, look at this. They don't sound like that at all. They really don't. But they're going to want to stop and look at stuff, because it's the freaking Grand Canyon, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited for this. I'm scared, but I'm excited. You know what I mean? But it's just going to be like, okay, we got to go, So it's basically, we want to try to keep that pace at least 3 miles an hour. And then that way we'll have about 40 minutes of leeway. It's going to be interesting. So we'll see. Rest in peace, Rob, in the Grand Canyon. We need to enjoy these moments while we still have them in our presence. Slades, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. And if something happens and we can't make it, there are ways to get out, So but the thing is that there have been so many people that have done this in one day, and a lot of them have been like in their 70s and stuff like that. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. It is going to be really hard. And the hardest part is the mental side, because what happens is, apparently, from what I've read, once you start getting close, you start looking up and going, oh my God, I got to go all the way up there. And then you look down or whatever, and it's like, oh my God, I've only gone 17 miles or something, And it's just, it's going to be hard. The good thing is, on the way up, there's many places to stop and rest. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. It may take us a little bit longer than what we hope, but I think it's going to happen. I think we're going to do it. I think it's going to be okay. I couldn't hike 24 feet. I'm pretty sure you could hike 24 feet, Carbonite. I'm pretty sure you could. But it's going to be good. It's going to be exciting. And Rufus the Red, welcome. I see you there. Hi. And Phil, it's been a while. Good to see you, sir. I've been to the Grand Canyon once as part of a tour of the West Coast. Didn't even realize I was there until I went through a building, and bam, that view. I think the building was a hotel. It had a bar and stuff. Yes. I wonder if it's the same. I don't remember the name, but I wonder if it's the same hotel that we'll be staying at. And if you go into the gift shop, there's a lot of, I conquered the Grand Canyon, or I did the whole, I hiked 24 miles and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. All that kind of stuff. We're going to buy all the things, because I don't want to be one of those people that, look, if you're one of these people, I don't blame you. I applaud you, whatever. But I'm not going to be one of those people that puts something on my car that says, I did this. What did you do, you lazy ass? I don't think that's, no. Like when I see 13.1 on the back of a of a car. I'm like, okay, all right. What am I supposed to do? Pull you over and be like, oh my god, kiss your ass and other things? No, no. So I don't understand the point of it. I don't understand the point of advertising to the world. Hey, I've done this. It's different. I have a show. I yearly look for attention. Or daily, weekly, whatever. I don't know. But yes, Phil, you're probably yes. 3-mile-per-hour walking speed sounds like The Long Walk by Stephen King. Yes, Bubs, and we're getting that movie this year. I can't believe we're getting 3 new adaptations of Stephen King works this year. I'm so excited. You got The Life of Chuck coming out in just a couple weeks. We got The Long Walk, and we have The Running Man. And The Running Man is from Edgar Wright, who I love. And it's not a remake of the Arnold movie. It's an adaptation of the book. It's going to be closer to the book than the Arnold movie was. The Arnold movie took, let's be honest, took a lot of liberties and stuff. So it's going to be interesting. Very interesting. And yes, I still haven't built. We still have, let's see, there's 3 here. So there's the Republic, Venator. We have the gunship. There's a lighthouse. You can only see the side of the box right here. A lighthouse, but it's pretty big. It's like, it's pretty big. And then we have the Mario Kart guy thing. And then we have another one in there. And it's a smaller one, but it's one that we still haven't built. And it's one that April bought to put on her desk. And she's like, hey, you going to help me build this? I'm like, yeah, anytime. And we just haven't done it. Hopefully this week, maybe. We'll see. I was waiting for this and I'm late. Bruh got caught up watching Wayne. What a trip is that show? Wayne what? Wayne Gretzky? John Wayne? I don't know. What if our government decided the Grand Canyon needs to be a USA-themed roller coaster? Sorry for the all caps. It's okay. But no. And yes, Phil, that is possible. Some of the things that man has done has made me very confused. The number one, seriously, and I don't want to go off on a rant here. Non-political rant. This is not political. This is vape related. Before he was, of course, in the midst of the, before the months before the election, right? Everybody's like, oh, saying the best stuff and all this stuff. Trump says, oh, back in such and such year, I saved vaping, and the current whatever has done everything it can to destroy it. I'm gonna save vaping again. I was like, okay, that's cool. No, the new FDA commissioner the other day was basically like, I want to ban everything. Great job. Even though it doesn't make any sense. Oh, but the kids. Oh, okay. Well, the smoking rates and vaping rates are the lowest they've been in, I don't know, recorded history. Well, vaping leads to smoking. Really? Because, again, the smoking rates are the lowest they've been ever. Ever. Like in the 90s, I think it was like 25%. Like 25% of the kids were smoking cigarettes. Now it's down to it's down to barely anything. It's like, I think it's lower than, or it's around 5%. It's really low. But anyway, I don't want to, like I said, we're not going to go into all that. But damn, And Texas has vape bans on the docket for this week. So, hey, if you're a vapor and you live in Texas, you need to do the thing. In fact, you need to do the thing. If you go to the Vape Nation channel on my Discord, it's got all the information there. So anyway, it's so irritating. 95% safer than smoking, and they want to get rid of it. Why? Because money. They don't care about public health. Buttholes. Anyway, I know that's the point. I think it would be dumb but entertaining. Oh, it would be. See, that's one of those where it's better. The thought of it is better than the actual. Because there's no way that they could execute that in a way that would, preserve the canyon. That's the whole point, right? You want to preserve it. You want to preserve the history of that place. You don't want to screw it up with a freaking whatever thing. Anyway. Bucho. What's going on, Bucho? Good to see you. Good to see you. We need to talk, by the way, because apparently we've been invited on a podcast and we need to see what we're going to do, if we're going to do anything. It's up to you, man. You're the one with the time things. Whatever's. We just need to figure out a time that we can do it. We'll do the thing. Rufus, that would be like us driving around with I Beat Mario 3 or Final Fantasy 7 bumper stickers. Say you have limited interest without saying you have limited interest. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I've never been a bumper sticker kind of guy anyway. Like, what business is it of you to know what I'm into, you know? Now, see, what would be funny is to say, hey, I went rim to rim. Did you? Something like that. That would be funny, But I don't think that's what... what they're talking about. Yeah, it might happen, Slades, and that is what's scary. That is what's scary. A lot of Hopi tchotchkes in that gift shop, too. I like that I don't know if that's how you spell tchotchkes, but that sure looks right, Jody. I like that. I like that a lot. But yes, you're right. You're right. And honestly, some of it is awesome. There was a shop that we went into where I was like, I really want that. And then you look and it's like, oh, that's $5,000. Oh my God. So many, beautiful stuff. So many talented artists. It's amazing. 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 It's so good. Good day to all you Rufus and look at all the people. All the people he's saying hi to. Bucho saying hi to everybody. Including, look at that. Well, he probably didn't say hi because he didn't see him, but it's Holland Diecast. You're making chill. Well, hey, you make that chill. I don't know what to say. But hey, it's good to see you, sir. Good to see you. It's called Wayne. It's a good show. I don't know what that is. It's on YouTube Premium and Amazon Prime. It was made by the guys that made Deadpool. I had no idea. How have I not heard about this? It's just called Wayne. Wayne. Show. I obviously haven't set this up. It's the one thing I did right before the stream. I was like, I need to restart my computer. And what happens is when you restart your computer, it basically loses how to get to stuff. And it's so annoying. Sorry about that. Let's see. Where's the button? There it is. There's the button. And then you hit this button. Okay. Back to normal. Now I hit this. Bam. It's there. Wayne. I've seriously never heard of this show. So it's on Tubi, YouTube, Amazon. 8.3 out of 10. Look. Look. Oops, I need to do this. Look at those ratings. Those ratings are really good. Okay. So should I give it a shot? Because here's the thing, man. I've just gotten I've been watching Star Trek. I'm in the middle of the third season. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying watching the original series of Star Trek. It's the first time I ever watched it. and it's been really fun. And I tried to watch something. What was that? Oh, April started watching the what is it? The Fountain of Youth. Horrible. Just horrible. I didn't like it at all. She said it was fine because I was doing other things. And I'm like, that is not. So, look, I love John Krasinski. I love Natalie Portman, and I pretty much love Guy Ritchie. And apparently that movie was just ass. So it's just been hard for me to take a chance at some of these shows. But good day also to anyone I missed in those good days. I took the risk. I could check back through the chat and get everyone, but I may have overestimated my chat checking competence. That is true. That is true. He goes to get his dad's car or something on that Wayne show. Paid off by big tobacco. It's ridiculous, man. The vaping thing is stupid. It's so dumb. How can you, it's all about money. It's all about money. And it's almost like you can count on the government to do the wrong thing. That their interests are in how much money they're going to be getting from a kickback rather than what's the best thing to do for the country, which is so annoying. And it's something where it's like, I don't know how to fix it. Do we vote everybody out? Is that even possible? Can we just vote everybody out? Everybody. And it's just stupid. Doesn't work anymore. When lobbyists control everything, it's an illusion. It's an illusion that we have choice. It's an illusion that we have. Okay, sorry, rant. Don't want to go on a political rant. Anyway, I was selected for Chat Check Top Gun. You are good. You are good. I know, Bucho. I know. It's so ridiculous. It's so stupid. Texas is all about freedom, but no, we got to keep those vape pens out of the hands of kids. Lowest usage rates ever. And yet you're going to ban it? That doesn't make sense. Oh, and by the way, they already raised the minimum tobacco purchasing age from 18. When I was 18, I could buy cigarettes when I was 18. No, now you have to be 21. They already did that, and it's already illegal for these kids to have it. So now let's ban it. So wait a minute. So if you ban it, what you're banning is not the people under 21, because that's already illegal. You're banning it for everyone over 21 who would actually help. What sense does that make? Well, we just can't trust the system. Well, then your system is broken. Fix the system, and then you can worry about what comes after. If your system's broken, then why ban it? Oh, and don't get me started on the flavors. Well, all these kids, and they're vaping strawberry pie or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, go check your local liquor retailer. You're going to have cotton candy vodka and all kinds of crazy crap. Cartoon characters all over it. You're telling me that they're not appealing to kids? No. Anyway. I mean, Carbonite, you're not wrong. You're not wrong about they're banning all kinds of stuff. You'll always be able to vape, but that's the thing, Rufus. It's not about the people like us who have been vaping and know how to do stuff now, right? Because we've been doing it for so long. It's preventing the people that are just getting started. Are you gonna have to you're gonna have to sit somebody down? Like if somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, I wanna take up vaping. I wanna quit smoking," and I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, what do you know? What do you know about Ohm's law?" I mean, you're gonna lose people so fast. That's as bad as the disposables are. At least it's easy. You can buy it, and then you go, "Oh, you're done." You know, yes, it's more expensive, But it's also way more convenient, and it's easier to switch that person from smoking to vaping when all they have to do is buy this thing instead of that thing. But now you're talking about, okay, now we have to teach you Ohm's law. We have to teach you battery safety. We have to teach you about coils. We have to teach you about tank size. We have to teach you about, all this stuff. And it's like, all that stuff is advanced, way advanced. That's what's great about the disposable.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Bubs has become a member. Thank you, Bubs, for that. That is amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Bubs. You did not have to do that. Of course, nobody has to do it, but I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yeah, you'll be able to take part in the monthly watch along. But I have some other things planned. I might be giving away some stuff. And I don't know how I'm going to do it just yet, but I've got plans. I've got plans. But thank you, Bubs. I appreciate that so much. So much. Let's see, where was I? But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to go off on the vape rant. But it's just it's frustrating because it's something that, I know I don't smoke now. And I feel so much better. I don't smell like smoke. I literally can take this and set it here and not vape for hours now. Because my dependency on nicotine and all that stuff it's very small now. And the fact that our own government is going to try to prevent all these other smokers, these people who haven't had that chance yet, or didn't have the right person to talk to them and say, oh, this is how you do it, or the right person to say, oh yeah, all those news articles about popcorn lung, yeah, that doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. Popcorn lung has happened to people that worked in a popcorn factory. It's never happened to a smoker or a vapor. Oh, and by the way, cigarette smoke contains something like 50 times the amount that it would take to give you popcorn lung. And guess how many popcorn lung smokers there have been? 0. So it's ridiculous, but it's any way that they can demonize this thing to make you stay smoking. No. I'm not gonna name the name, but I had someone yesterday ask me, am I better off smoking because of this popcorn lung thing? And I'm like, no, stop it. No. Now, I think part of it is that you have to want to quit, but it's just so frustrating. And it's all because of these money hungry, I almost said a bad word. I almost said a word that can get me banned, or not banned. It can get get the stream flagged, for saying some of these words. But yeah, just, it's all about money. It's not about public health. If it was about public health, they would be championing vapes, but they're not. The UK, guess what? Championing vapes. I've talked about it before. They put freaking vape stores in hospitals, for crying out loud. In hospitals. Yes. Vape stores in hospitals. Oh, and by the way, so they're not a for-profit health system. It's actually paid for by the government. So it's in the government's best interest to keep their people healthy so that they don't have to pay as much to keep them healthy. So what do? They're trying to push people to. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Of course, the US is a for-profit health system. Anyway, let's move on. Anyway, tchotchkes. Gotta head out for a bit, but hopefully be back later in time for Hangout, I hope. Oh yeah, by the way, free Hangout. Totally free. If you're on the Discord, after the stream, we've done it, what, 2 weeks in a row now? Or just 1 week? No, just 1 week. Because last week was my first week back. Yeah, this will be our second week of doing a Hangout after the show. So if you want, you can go over to the Discord, by the way, anytime you want. ! Whatever, and it brings up stuff. Anyway, there you go. There's a link to the Discord. You can join the Discord and take part in the hangout. You can turn on your camera. You can leave it off if you want and just talk. You can just sit there and hang out if you want. It's no big deal. But we're going to have a conversation. It's going to be fun. And last week it was awesome. It was a really, really, really good time. So there you go. Episode 6 started this morning. I worked today. This is not common. Oh, wow. Okay. So you just been like, wow. Wow. Honestly, don't give two shits about the Harry Potter series, but good luck to the kids who've been cast. I mean, look, I get it. I get it. I mean, look at this. 23% don't even know what Harry Potter is. But 23% are excited. 54%, hell no, they're not excited. I mean, look, that's a thing. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but yeah, it's look, I mean, who knows? It could be awesome. It could be terrible. We won't know till we start watching it. So we'll see. I play games. I don't watch new stuff. Well, there you go, Rufus. That's a pretty good. I mean, if it's that good, I'm so stoked you're digging Star Trek. I'm not even going to ask you if you finished the studio yet. No, I haven't. No. In fact, I think episode 2, I did the review and then started watching Star Trek, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I've just been watching that. I'm so stoked. Oh yeah, I already read that. Oh wow, Fountain of Youth. Just no, that's not it. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Now here's the funny thing. Leon liked it. Leon enjoyed it, and I'm like, wow. And April said it's basically a bad remake of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. But apparently he liked it. I wonder if he's seen the Last Crusade, or it could just be, it's. You judge it differently when you're streaming it versus going to a movie theater to pay for it. I don't know. It's 21 here now too. Can't even have an 18-year-old go get me juice. It's wild. Adults like flavor too. Right. It's like, name the most expensive, most exclusive restaurant you can and ask me if there's a dessert menu. If adults don't like flavors, if they only want to taste dirty butthole in their vape, why are there dessert menus with the raspberry blah blah and the chocolate blah blah blah? Everybody likes flavors. It's just stupid. Now I don't know about that, Rufus. The Salt Nick, I don't know about that. I don't think that's a thing. I mean, I could be wrong. Look, if you've got some information to drop on me, I'd love to read it. But as far as I know, it's just a different form of nicotine, just like a lot of the newer. Does this actually have? Oh no. This is reading. But a lot of the newer liquids that have come out in the last few years have had that synthetic nicotine. It's the same. Your body treats it the same. It doesn't, there's no difference. But like I said, give me some information and I'll read it. I'll learn it because I like that stuff. I like learning about it, and I like being able to talk about it without feeling like a moron, So I saw you in Toy Chasers episode the other day, and it was like, that's my homie Rob. So funny how I've completely separated you from the Chode Nation. It's weird, man. It's like I don't know. And part of it too is that it's been a while since we've been able to shoot. I mean, I got sick there for a while. There was like, hey, let's go film this weekend. And I'm like, I can't. I got freaking shingles. And then it's still been bothering me enough that, like I said, I couldn't drive to Houston. I was worried about that. And then of course I can't sleep. The other night I went to bed at 3, woke up at 6, stayed up till 10, then slept till like 1. And it's like my sleep schedule is all messed up because I never know when this is going to start bothering me. Luckily, it feels like it's starting to even out, but it's all weird. It's all weird. I have to argue about popcorn lung all the time. Vaping almost 15 years now. Right? When I bring up UK literature, I get shit on every time. Sucks being international folk in a small town. And this is the thing I don't understand. Because it's in a different country, you don't trust them? That's what I don't get. It's like there's been people that have, and I'm talking about the anti people have been saying stuff like, well, there's no real data. There's no real data that's been done. No studies, no long-term studies. Yeah, there have. There's been a lot of them. And there have been a lot of those in the US. I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. Started smoking April 99, started vaping February 2013. Vaping was my exit ramp from nicotine. Completed my nicotine journey when I simultaneously quit both in May 2014. So that's 15 years smoke, one vape. See? Help me quit. Now I make chili and poop. Yeah! That's one of the best combinations. They're so close in texture. Anyway. But yeah, well, and part of it too is that there are people for sure, and I don't want to discount this. There was a bit of an allergy to some of the stuff being made. I'll tell you this: I can't vape watermelon liquid. And I don't know if it's watermelon liquid or if it's this one flavoring that has something in it that it just irritates my throat. So I stopped vaping it. I mean, it's that simple. I moved on to something else. I moved on to acai strawberry honey thing that I have here. It's great. It's awesome. And I can vape. I can vape a lot of it. And also, this is 2 milligrams. So, yum. Hermione got a tan. Well, I mean, so did Snape. Yes, you're right. But here's the thing. And I think this is the important thing for us all to remember. There are times where a person is described in a story. But if that doesn't affect the story in any way for it to be changed, as long as the performance is good, then who cares? I mean, that's the way that I look at it. But I'm also the guy that said that if Idris Elba had auditioned for Aragorn and he won it, I'd be okay with it. Because Idris Elba is a fine actor. And I would have been fine with it. There's nothing in the story that says, oh, he has to be a, scrungy white dude. Nothing. It would have been, I think it would have been cool. I mean, honestly, here's the thing. And this might piss some people off. But I didn't watch the Dark Tower movie, right? With Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey. But I'll tell you this right now. Idris Elba is awesome as Roland. I would be like, if they actually could make it good, like the story and the movie and all that stuff good, I think Idris Elba is great casting as Roland. I'm fine with that. It's just a shame that the movie was apparently really bad. I don't want to even try to watch it because I know it would piss me off. And I don't want to do that to myself. But that's how I look at things. I want the best actor for the role. I don't care who it is. Shit. Kynes. Kynes? I can't remember the first name. Dr. Kynes, I think. I can't remember. I think it's Dr. Kynes in Dune. As far as I know, always portrayed as a white dude, and it was a black lady. And guess what? I was fine with it because she was great. And there's nothing in the character that made me go, oh, well, it has to be a man. In fact, she fit in so well, I couldn't remember that it was a white dude. Originally, cast as a, like in the original Dune movie. So I was like, yeah, cool. Fine. So it's one of those things where I really don't care. I really don't care anymore. And there's going to be people that are like, well, no, they should, you plant your flag and you stand by that. No, I don't care that much. I want good stuff, And if it takes, somebody that's maybe not perfectly as the description goes, but can embody the character, that's all I care about. Can you embody the character? Oh, and let's not forget. I mean, look, I'll just say this, okay, about the Snape thing. And I think this has been said before. But I can't be the only one that noticed that. I'm pretty sure that Snape is supposed to be like mid-30s? Early 30s? Played by, what, mid-50s Alan Rickman? When they started? I love Alan Rickman as Snape. I think it's great. But let's not pretend it was perfect casting. A little old for that part. But anyway, that's my take on it. If you can embody the character, I don't care what color you are. I don't care what race you are. If you can embody the character, then that's what's important to me. It's exactly the same as someone playing a vampire. You know what a real vampire looks like? Who's to say? It's like, I don't know. It just doesn't matter to me. But anyway, Shozama, welcome. Good to see you, sir. And I'm way behind, probably. Way behind. I'd like to get some of that acai liquid. Well, here's the thing. Since I make it, it's kind of hard. And, look. There's laws on that. You know what I mean? Shipping. But if somehow there were other ways, I don't know. I will say, Staff Aux has tried the acai liquid. So, just saying. Oh my gosh, are you serious, Rufus? See, I'll tell you this. My doctor, okay, I smoked for 20 years, right? My doctors didn't know I smoked. And I'd been vaping for however many years. They didn't know I smoked before. They didn't know I vaped. As when they were looking at my lungs. They're like, we can't tell. I'm like, yeah, I vape. I vape a lot. And they're like, we can't tell. It's like, yeah, that's all I need to know. So, the doctor tells you something that's, I had people, dude, when the popcorn lung thing dropped, this was back when I was still working at the place with the, you know what I mean? Yeah, I had people, that sounds bad for you, that sounds bad for you, as they order a double helping of, fried chicken nipples. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, everybody's got their thing. This is my thing. And I'm very, very pleased with how healthy this is. And I would hazard a guess is that when you drive in traffic, you're probably inhaling more particulates than I am. Just saying. I would love to see that study done. Because, man, in Dallas, it feels like like I've got my mouth in a completely hetero way. My mouth on a muffler. You know what I mean? It's so thick. It's so gross. I don't know. I hate that spelling, Star Fox. It's been a while since I hold my head up high. That's not how he sings, but it's okay, because this is my stream and I can do what I want. Hell yeah. What is wrong with me tonight? I don't know. You guys got me in a mood, apparently. KP Senti, hi. How's it going? Good to see you. I just pay Rob to make me juice and send it to me. Well, that's the thing. Again, sending it is difficult because you have to send it through USPS. Now, if I had a label system that could just print me labels and all I had to do was drop it off, here you go. I don't know. I don't know, man. It feels weird. It feels weird. I've never done it. So I don't know. I don't know. Idris Elba, Black Superman on Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. I mean, you're not wrong. And he was definitely the best part of that movie. This isn't Minecraft. Well, Vinny, no, it's not. Look at all those orange. Those are some of the first people that signed up as members. I appreciate that, guys. Man, it looks cool. But yes, Vinny, this is obviously not Minecraft. But yeah. Oh, and by the way, for members, there is a link in the Discord to the thing, the watch along, and according to Star Fox, it works. So unfortunately, I can't put it on YouTube because it blocked it immediately globally. Howl's Moving Castle we watched live and it was fun. So there you go. If they remade Friday with Spanish decent folk, I wouldn't mind the brown washing. I also want Christopher Walken to...
That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
There you go. It's only been 2 months. Yes, it's only been 2 months. But thank you, Rufus. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. As I do everyone. If you watch my stream, I appreciate you. That's just the way it is. It's awesome. Christopher Walken is starring a Snakes on a Plane remake. That could be interesting. Unfortunately, I think he's getting up there. I mean, he did not Succession, Severance. He's on Severance. I don't know how many. Look, I love Christopher Walken, but he's getting up. Excuse me. He's getting up there, and I don't know how many roles he's got left. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Idris Elba was great in Jerry Anderson's Space Precinct. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure he was because he's amazing. He called himself Black Superman in the movie. Well, there you go. Frodus Boy, welcome. Late to the show. Missed you guys. Haha. Hi. Hi, Frodus Boy. Good to see you. No wheezing the juice. Not sure what that means, but... One of my mom's friends got her daughter an Alani energy drink before her first day of high school, but didn't check it. It was an alcoholic one, so she went drunk on accident first day of school. Rob, I hope you're ready for the best music video drop on Thursday, 8 p.m. Central, if you know what I mean. Oh, I know exactly what you mean. And I'm excited. I'm more excited than a truck full of water. By the way, exclamation point Dave gives you the link to both Dave's slightly defunct YouTube channel, but there's still some great content on there, some great videos that he's done over the years on his YouTube channel, and of course, a link to his Twitch channel, where he streams every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. No, yes, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. So there you go. There you go. What was I going to do? I don't remember what I was going to do. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I'll just say this. I might be late. I might be late to the stream this week because I got movies. And boy, do we have, man, I'll just tell you this. We have the most ridiculous amount of movies coming out in the next month. I currently have 8 tickets. First, Thursday night, wife and I are going to go see Karate Kid Legends. Now, here's the thing. I'm not a huge Cobra Kai fan. I haven't watched the last season. But yeah. Yeah, I haven't watched the last season, but apparently this is its own thing. But then next week, I have a twofer So I hope you guys are ready for some reviews, because I'm going to review the Phoenician Scheme and Ballerina on the same day. So next Thursday will also be, I will also be late to the stream on that day as well. And then the following Wednesday, this is on June 12th, How to Train Your Dragon, the live action remake. Now, look, here's the thing. My wife and I both love the original. And she said, we're going to that. And I said, okay. I don't know if we need a remake of it, but I'm going to go see. I'm going to go watch it. And then I think it's the following day. Oh, no. I'm sorry. How to Train Your Dragon, we're seeing Wednesday night. And then Thursday night, we're seeing The Life of Chuck, based on a short story by Stephen King and written for the screen and directed by Mike Flanagan. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for this because I love Mike Flanagan. I love Stephen King. I love Tom Hiddleston. In fact, yeah, I pretty much love everybody there. I'm not sure who Jacob Tremblay is. I know that name. Who is that man? Who that man? I don't know. Jacob Tremblay. Yeah, he's 18. He was in Luca. He was in Good Boys. He was in Wonder. I haven't seen any of those movies. But yes, I've heard the name before, and I'm looking forward to this movie because it's Life of Chuck, and I'm very excited. And then the following week, we've got Elio. And then the following week, by myself, I'm going to see the Dolby Cinema presentation of F1. Hell yeah, I'm excited for F1. And then the following Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, basically, 12:01 a.m., Jurassic Park Rebirth. So, look, man, there's a lot. There's a freaking lot of movies coming, and I'm going to see all of them, and I'm going to review all of them. So I hope you guys are primed, because basically in the next month we're gonna have a lot of reviews. You know what I mean? A lot. So there you go. But this weekend, the big one is of course Karate Kid, right? And that's kind of the one that I'm excited to see. I'll be honest though, I've heard some pretty bad things about it already. And not like, I don't know any specifics, but I've heard, yeah, it's not great. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, April wants to see it, so I was going to talk about Memorial Day movies. What was I going to talk about, Shozama? What exactly I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you talking about like Saving Private Ryan and stuff like that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I want to make a documentary about fan films and the importance that has on the influence of Hollywood, specifically Batman and Batman in the Sun during the gap between 97 to 2005. Bat in the Sun. That is, hey, do it. Do the thing. And here's the thing, hey, documentaries, that's an original work. Even though you're talking about fan edits, it's still an original work. So yeah, that's something I'd be interested in seeing. Yes, tons of movies, KP Senti, tons of movies. Kind of pumped for F1, also kind of pumped for Karate Kid. I know. The Karate Kid one, the thing that I keep hearing is that whoever the kid is, I don't know what the kid's name is. I haven't seen the movie yet. But apparently he's really good in it. Like, and he's really got, it's like this is like a star-making type performance for him. But unfortunately, like I said, I've heard the movie's not. But hey, I don't want to dampen you before, anybody's seen it really. But apparently there's been some early screenings, and I don't know. In fact, I wonder. I just wonder. I wonder things, I'm a wonderer. No. Okay, so there's no posted reviews yet on Rotten Tomatoes, and there's no fan things. So I don't know yet. But the thing is when I go into a movie, especially these days, and what I mean by that is I would say in the last 10 years, my whole outlook on things has changed. It's like I just want to be entertained, and I want the movie to do what it set out to do, you know? I want it to deliver on the promise it made in the trailers. That's what I want. I want the movie to be competently made, and I want it to be entertaining, right? So that's why, like Mission Impossible, there were people that were, I mean, really talking bad about it, which is fine. You know, what you saw and what I saw is can be completely different. I was entertained. There was a point where I was kind of like, this is feeling kind of long, but I was still entertained, and I had a good time. I mean, I did have to pee in the middle of it. I will say that, because that movie's long, but yeah. Yeah. What movie was it? I've seen so many movies. There was a movie that I watched recently where they showed the F1 trailer again, and it was no, it was just a new trailer, and they had it pretty cranked. I got to tell you, man, F1, it looks great. And sure, you can watch the trailer and go, I bet you this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens. I don't care. It looks awesome, and I want to see it. That's the weird thing, is that even when you can kind of see where, okay, I can see sort of the tropes hiding in the trailer. You know what I mean? Like I bet you're gonna get this, and you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say anything, because I don't. Nobody should have their first time experiencing a movie tainted by someone who's just speculating. But I look at the trailer and I go, I bet you this happens. But I don't care, because I want to see how it goes down. Again, it's not what the story is, it's how it's told. Which is paraphrasing Roger Ebert, but yes, you get my point. But there you go. I already saw How to Train Your Dragon. Those chicks were hot. Wait a minute. Are you joking? Holland? Diecast? Jerry? Are you joking, or are you... I'm sorry. I don't know. I can't tell if you're joking or not. Have you seen the movie? Or are you joking about the fact that... Oh, how to drain your dragon. I just saw... My bad. I've never watched The Lion King due to my heroic stand against species swapping Shakespeare. Well, I mean, okay. Karate Kid Legends takes place 3 years after the ending of Cobra Kai that was confirmed in an interview with the actors. Well, okay. Won't matter to me, because I didn't watch... At least, I'm pretty sure there was... I think I did a review, and then I kind of said, yeah, I think I'm kind of done. If I'm not mistaken, at the end of that review, I felt like, yeah, that's all I need. In fact, I kind of feel like I was probably done earlier than that. I'm glad that I stuck it out as long as I did, but I don't need any more, you know? And so I haven't watched the last season. I thought it was, it's just not for me. Especially when it gets into the, you know, the kid drama and all that stuff. It's just, I don't care. We'll skip the Disney ones and recommend rewatch Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. So you did enjoy it, Shozama. I saw that you went and saw it IMAX. Yeah, the movie was entertaining. It's big time movies. We'll skip the Disney ones. Well, not everybody did. I'll just say that. In fact, almost exactly 3 times as many people went and saw the Disney film this weekend. But you know what? It's good. If you love movies, a weekend like this is insanely good. Insanely good. 182.7. You son of a... Get out of here. I hate that crap. Videos that you can't close, I hate it. There's probably going to be more on some of these, my news. But yeah, 182.7. Mission Impossible nabbed series best 79 million. Now, I think it was. Oh, okay. I keep looking at the different because it opened on Thursday and then Thursday night, and then they count Monday because it's a holiday. It I've seen different things. 192.7, 361 million globally. The thing is, people are going to see movies. And if you love movies, that should be all that matters. You know? I just like I'm happy. I'm happy that it's, I mean not adjusted for inflation, but still, it's the highest box office weekend for a Mission Impossible movie ever. And I think that's great. So, yay. And I know there's going to be people like, "Oh, you're, these are Scientologists." I know. I know. But he makes entertaining movies, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry you don't like it. But I do. I don't know. But yeah, I just don't I don't know. I guess my thing is to me, every company is kind of like a person. And that a person can do good things and can do bad things. And just because a person does a bad thing or a thing that's not great doesn't discount everything else they've ever done. And vice versa. Just because, like, for example, I don't know, Paul W. Sanderson. Not my favorite director. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't have a good movie in him. You know? And just because a great director comes out doesn't mean that he's not capable of making a bad one. And it's the same as a studio. And so while I am not in the target audience for Lilo and Stitch, I am very, very happy that people are going to see movies again. And whatever, you could just say, oh, well, some of it is just nostalgia, and that's fine. That's fine. But hopefully it means that people will keep going back to the theaters. And that's what I want. I love the movie industry as flawed as it is, there are horrific stories in the history of Hollywood of treatment of actors and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's just on and on. There's so much. But the fact is, Hollywood, man, I love it. I love it. I don't know what to say. So yeah, I won't totally discount a studio because of a couple of bad things, or or if one person says something that you don't agree with, oh, I'm not going to watch that show. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because there's plenty of things that I disagree with. I guarantee you, every person in this chat, there's probably something that you've said that I go, nah, not a fan. Not a fan of that. Not a fan. And I guarantee you, there's plenty of things that I've said over the years that many of you would be like, but that's life. That's what happens, And I don't think you should discount people. And the studios are just a bunch of people. I don't know. That's my opinion. You can pee in the recap scene. Yeah, I think I'll tell you where I peed. Snow. There was fire, and then there was snow, and next thing I knew, water filling up. Make sense? No? It's around there. Around there is where I went to pee. I didn't miss anything big action wise. So can't be more awkward than Karate Kid 4 with Hilary Swank. I mean, you're not wrong. And I don't know, honestly don't know if I've ever seen that. Because it's one of those that was it was not, I don't think people were into it. And so I'm not sure if I even watched it. I can't remember. But I don't know. I'm going to go into Karate Kid with an open mind. I like to take reviews as a guidepost, but not the way. Make your own way. That's true. And it's kind of like, and that's why I love to do reviews, is because hopefully it can give somebody who has maybe watched a few of my reviews. They go, oh, he liked this. He didn't like this. Oh, he kind of gave that one a pass. I'm not a big fan of that one, but like, you know what I mean? You can gauge my taste so that you can align your taste to that and figure out, okay, because of what he's saying, yeah, I want to go see this or I don't, you know? And you know what I need to do? It's something I've been thinking about. I need to do a channel trailer. You know the thing, like if you go to the channel and there's the little video, it's like, hey, welcome to the channel, and then we do the thing and blah, blah, blah. I need to do something like that and try to remind everyone I do non-spoiler reviews unless it's I tell you that, hey, I'm doing spoilers, or it's in the title of the thing. Because I wonder if there's, like, I try to do reviews in a way that if you haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to give anything away. I'm not going to say anything that's going to ruin your experience. I'm going to give you, this is what I liked and this is what I didn't like. The acting was great. The cinematography was great. All that kind of stuff. It's like, this is where if it goes wrong, I'm going to tell you where it went wrong, but I'm not going to ruin anything. And I think that's important because so many people ruin shit. I don't like that. I don't like it when people, I don't like to be spoiled, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody else. Because there are movies where it's like, I'm really excited about this movie, and no matter what the reviews say, I'm going to see that movie. Like The Life of Chuck, if somebody came out and said, this is one of the worst adaptations in the history of all adaptations done for Stephen King books or stories, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go see it because I want to see it. And I don't care what reviewers say. But I'll still watch the reviews. Now it's kind of weird because I used to love to watch reviews, I like seeing what people say about different movies. I have to wait now. And unfortunately, because of, I guess, the way things work on YouTube, like certain YouTubers just, they get to see the movie like a week early sometimes. And I'm like, well, I can't watch that review yet because I haven't seen it yet. I've got to do my review, and I don't want to be saying the same things you are. Even unconsciously, I don't want to repeat it. I want my review to be as fresh as possible. So I can't watch a review now. So I have to wait. I have to wait until after it's not that big of a deal, but it's just one of those things. I love watching reviews because I love movies, and I love talking about movies. I love thinking about movies. But anyway, I'm not going to F1 for storytelling. I'm going to F1 for the photography, cinematography. I mean, you're not wrong. And there are certain movies, again, you have to know this about me. I give movies passes if they do a great job building a world. It's one of my favorite things. If you can build a convincing world that for example, to me, it's a great example because for some reason people have been talking about either that or maybe, I don't know why I keep seeing videos about it. Prometheus. There are problems with that movie. No question. There are problems with that movie, but I love the look of it so much. And I love that it like, just like how like certain movies will wreck your head canon and you get mad because it wrecked your head canon. That movie wrecked my head canon and was over the moon about it. I was delighted because it was something I never considered. And it was like, oh, it was a surprise. It's like, oh my God, this is awesome. Because I've been thinking about this crap for years. And I don't know. I love that. And if you can do that for me, if you can give me a scene that is so tense, and I love Prometheus with all its problems. But that's a great example of a movie that I will completely forgive all the faults because I enjoyed like the making of it so much. And I love the look of it. Oh my God, that movie's gorgeous. Anyway, The Lion King isn't Hamlet, Bucho. No incest doesn't fit. I probably shouldn't have read that out loud. I'm like I almost said Will Smith. Will Ferrell. If I just see words, I'll just say them, which is a problem because I don't want to have my my stream what do you call it? Demonetized. F1 is going to be better than Grand Prix. Okay. The Lion King is the greatest Disney movie ever. Interesting. I don't know what the greatest Disney movie is. I'd have to really look at everything because I know there's probably some I've missed. I'll tell you what. I know this is I don't even know what this says about me, but I used to love Sleeping Beauty. I used to love it when I was a kid. I used to love it. And then I loved Sword in the Stone. I loved Sword in the Stone. And then after that, I remember really loving Fox and the Hound. And then I really loved Robin Hood. And I really loved Jungle Book, 101 Dalmatians. But the newer stuff, I was kind of like, eh. And then Aladdin came out, and I'm like, oh, Aladdin was really good. Lion King was, eh. I was okay with it. It was fine. Cinematography and the story. Better than Grand Prix, huh? I can't see, and that's, you know what? That's great. I love seeing that. I don't share that opinion, but I can't disagree. I like that. I love The Final Reckoning. A huge fan of all the movies and TV series. Yeah, I thought it was really fun. I thought it was really fun. I'm so far behind, guys. I need to get caught up. Did you see my music post in the beginning? Here again, dun dun da da dun dun da da dun. No, I guess not. Or I was just like, I don't know what that means. I don't know. I don't know what that means, Shozama. Saw Mission Impossible this Saturday. Loved it. There you go. See, I'm glad that people are enjoying it, and it definitely appears that the people that enjoyed it, and not to say that, you know, if you didn't like it, you're or anything like that. But I'm glad to see that some people are really enjoying it. Even though people bitch about these live action remakes, it's Disney and they almost always have good openings. Yeah, I mean, except for the the previous one. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know. Box office not adjusted for inflation is incomplete story at best and meaningless twaddle at worst. There, I said it, bro. Okay, well, how about this? Final Destination Bloodlines, no matter how you shake it, is the number one movie in the whole series. Top box office. What do you think about that? Did you know that, Bucho? If that's your even your real name, which it's not, I know. But I get what you're saying. But I think it's the fourth best with inflation. But the thing is, it's a pretty healthy weekend for Mission Impossible. It didn't tank, which I like, and hopefully, you know, it'll continue to make the money. The Mission Wraith, the Mission Impossible series is one of my movie franchises ever. Did you mean to word it like that? Because it's like, that is one of the movie franchises of all time. I mean, yeah. I don't know if you worded it that way on purpose, but that was funny. It kind of made me laugh. I liked it so much, I got the AMC briefcase popcorn bucket. Well, there you go. See? I mean, Rufus, I probably not going to read that out loud, but I mean, look, people do definitely do bad things. There are certain people, I'll say, that do bad things on purpose to get the attention and then go, "Oh, sorry, I was just having a weird..." No. Like, there's one person that you mentioned in your post that I'm kind of like, he's just an attention person. You know, he just loves the attention. But he's doing damage while he's trying to get that attention, and that's the thing that I don't like. I'm not a fan of that. You know, Rufus, I'm not going to read that out loud either, but interesting. It's an interesting thing. Yeah, I'm. Hey, I don't know. I don't know what you're saying, but hey, there you go. I don't know what to say. I don't think there's a single thing I've suggested to Rob that he's not a fan of. Not a single thing ever. He loves everything I've ever suggested. Well, stop, Alex. That may not be 100% true, but hey, I'm glad you feel that way. Did anyone catch that Christopher McQuarrie interview where he talked about his idea for Man of Steel 2? WB dropped the ball so hard with that. See, that's okay. And Wraith, I mean, this is not anything on you, but this is one of those things that it kind of irritates me, you know, because it's like, don't. I mean, yeah, a couple of people here and there, a friend, you tell, man, did you know that in Adventures in Game Chasing, this was supposed to happen, but it didn't because we couldn't, or we didn't get this person, or what, you know what I mean? I don't like it when writers, directors, actors talk about the almosts, because it's meaningless. It's like, well, I almost had an affair with Kathy Ireland back in the late 90s. Yeah, but you didn't. So what does it matter? You know what I mean? It's like there's so many almosts. They don't matter. It's kind of like, okay, I'll tell you what else doesn't matter. Pre-game interviews don't matter at all. So, how do you think you're going to beat them? Well, I think the goal is for us to score more points than the other team. So, we're going to try our hardest to do that. And there you have it. I mean, it means nothing. It means nothing. So I just don't pay attention to that stuff. There's actual things. You know? But anyway, no, I don't know what it is, and I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter. Now it's different if you're doing a documentary and you say, "Hey, the Superman Lives thing. Here's actual footage of what they were trying to do," and then it got scrapped. That's different. But just saying things, it's like, who cares? It doesn't matter. Like I said, we were trying to get Danny Trejo to be in Adventures in Game Chasing. That was a thing. But we didn't. So who cares? There's also another famous person that we were going to try to get, and that a certain other person was helping us, and it just didn't pan out. Doesn't matter, because nothing happened. I tried to get this guy in this movie and he couldn't do it. So, meh. Now, I mean, is it interesting to see the audition tapes of somebody that was almost in a movie or that tried out for a movie? Sure. But that's different. That's not like, oh, we were going to do this story, but WB decided not to do it. Okay, well, now it'll never happen, so it doesn't matter. I don't know. Because some people get stuck on the what could have been instead of the what did we get. I mean, WB completely, I think everybody can agree that WB completely dropped the ball on the DC EU, whatever you want to call it, the Snyderverse, whatever you want to call it. They completely screwed that up. And now it's too late. So now we got new things. And that's what I'm interested in, is what have you got to actually show for all this time instead of the what could have been. But that's just me. Just saying. Hillary Swank on the hunt. It's been a crap day, but I'll be okay. Sorry, Wraith. I'm sorry to hear that. Hillary Swank was a great Karate Kid. She just jumps on the hood of a car that's about to hit her. Legendary. I never saw it. Reviews used to be reviews. Now everything is either the greatest ever or the worst ever, since there isn't an in between anymore. I mean, you're absolutely right about that. I mean, the worst thing, the worst thing is hyperbole. It's the worst thing. It's the worst thing in the world. But no, I think part of it is that it's this, I've got to be polar opposite of these people, or they've got to be, you know what I mean? It's like there's no gray area anymore, and that's, I'm here to provide the gray, and not just in my beard or my hair, but I'm here to provide the gray so that you know the truth, because the truth will set you free. What? Grand Prix is an amazing F1 movie. How they got those shots back in the early 60s on those cars is incredible. Oh, the movie Grand Prix. I thought he was just saying, hey, F1's better than, like, I didn't know anything about racing. So I thought it was something else. Robin Hood, best by far. I love Robin Hood, man. See, trying to pick out of those is so difficult because they almost mean something to me at different periods in my life. Like when I was really young, for some reason, I loved Sleeping Beauty. I don't know. Maybe it's the dragon. I thought the dragon was cool at the end. And then, like I said, Sword in the Stone. And then, I mean, somewhere in there, like I said, Robin Hood, Fox and the Hound. I mean, I love them all. It's like, how can you pick? That's why it's so hard for me to rank things. Like I'd have to watch all the Mission Impossible movies again to rank them. But it's like, the only thing I really know is that I love the first one the most, because it's the one I've watched the most, and it's the one that I think is got the most style to it. And it's like where everything really comes together. Even though the train scene at the end, CG's a little wonky. Early CG. Mission Impossible 2 was a big step back. Mission Impossible 3, I thought was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. And then 4, 5, and 6 kind of blend together for me, but I enjoyed them all. And then 7, Dead Reckoning Part 1, or just Dead Reckoning now. I enjoyed that one a lot, and I enjoyed Final Reckoning. So there you go. That's about as much of a ranking as I can do, because I haven't seen all those movies in a while. So it's weird. But I also don't like ranking things in particular, because and I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to do it to finish off the Ridley Scott review-a-thon. And I'm still like 8 movies away. God, I got to finish that. But it's so difficult with so many movies coming out. But anyway, yeah, it's hard for me to rank things, but I will for the Ridley thing, because I have to. I have to. You'll be on afterwards? Cool, Wraith. Cool. Real love story, real friendship. Robin Hood. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Talking about movies where people don't like them, but others do. I really enjoyed Driven with Stallone. I saw Driven once, and I don't really remember it, but I remember thinking, yeah, it was pretty good. Kind of a one watch for me, but it's pretty good. DuckTales Treasures of the Lost Lamp. You know what, Bubs? As somebody like me, who DuckTales as a series was a little young for me, but I still really liked it. I never saw Treasures of the Lost Lamp. I never saw it. Watch the Golden Arrow tournament scene when Robin gets caught. Every character in that scene is going through a different emotion. Seriously. Dude, Frodo's boy, I love Robin Hood. And part of it too is the music. What's his name? Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest trying to... that guy. That was the worst impersonation of that guy ever. I can't remember his name, but yeah, my dad liked him a lot. So I listened to a lot of that guy. Sing that with the music of Mission Impossible. Oh. The dun 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 dun. Yeah, gotcha. Saw that in theaters. Good times. Yeah, I never saw that one. I mean, again, it was a little, I was aging out of the cartoony stuff, and you're like, I want to watch stuff with blood and guts and horror and bad things. I'm rebellious. I'm angsty, and I'm a teenager, and I know things when I really don't. So yeah, I missed out on some of that stuff. Yes, Bloodlines is the top movie from the entire. Well, as far as box office, yes, it is, and it's not done. Obviously, the Fast franchise is my favorite movie franchise. I understood what you said, what you were saying, Wraith, but I kind of thought it was funny if you're like, man, it's the favorite movie of all time, or it's the movie of all time. But you know how people say that. I don't know, I thought it was kind of funny. 8, 9, and 10 aren't as great, but I still love the movies, and that's okay. Just like, dude, Star Wars. Star Wars is definitely it has to be, even though there are yeah, it's difficult, but yeah, Star Wars is definitely my favorite franchise, even with movies that I can't stand in it. There's still some, I mean, stuff I love about it, so I get that. Rufus, it's okay. I just, some of that stuff I just don't want to say out loud. Don't want to get in trouble. You know what I mean? I'm using it to store the movies in. Well, that's sure. Do it. Do the thing, man. Oh, yeah. To be clear, I'm just saying context and reporting is always important. Comparing box office over more than a decade or so without inflation adjusting means telling half a story at best. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. And it's true, because there's so many movies, like, especially from today, are like we made blah blah blah, and it's like, yeah, but I mean, look at, okay, Thunderbolts. Man, look, I understand. I understand when somebody says, man, I look at the trailers for that, and it's just not for me. Okay. There's a lot of people that have watched Thunderbolts and really enjoyed it because of the message, the I guess the theme of the movie is something that really speaks to people. And to see a lot of those people come out of that theater and then be really disappointed when they see that it's not really catching on with everybody, it's kind of a bummer, you know? And I get that. I understand that. But then there's movies that come out and they do such and such money, and it's like, yeah, but in comparison to your other movies, that's terrible. That's really bad. But I don't know. They'll spin it any way they can. But yeah, Thunderbolts bugs me a little bit because I think it's better than its box office suggests. Like, I think a lot of people are going to find that on streaming, when it comes out on Disney Plus. They're going to watch it and they're going to go, man, this is actually a pretty good movie. So it's the thing. Good for them if they're making them Benjamins. Yes. You can't handle the truth, Ricky. Damn. My part of Kiwi Land is overcast today, Wraith, but I don't mind it too much. Not too cold, not too hot. Late autumn fall, just the way you like it. I'll tell you this. It rained like crazy cats and dogs the last 2 days, 3 days, 2 days. And yeah, it was loud. Very, very loud here. A lot of rain, a lot of lightning, a lot of thunder, which means very muddy hiking trail this weekend, which is, yeah. There's black, there's white, and in between is mostly gray. That's us. Now gray is a tough color because it's not as simple as black and white. And for the media, certainly not as interesting. Chris, you're not wrong. And the problem is, you've got things like Twitter, which reinforced over however many years to try to get your whole thought in 140 characters, which is not a whole lot of space to make your point. And so people just became on or off. There was no discussion. It was on or off. You're either against me or you're, whatever, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a weird thing. And it's just over the last, I don't know, 10 years that I kind of feel like it's been 10 years or so. It's odd. It's odd to see, to remember what it was like to have a discussion with people, and it's kind of like, that's part of the reason why I don't do a whole lot of stuff on Twitter. It's like, I don't find it fun. I like to have a discussion. I don't want to, I think people are, just whatever. I don't know. It's weird, but you're not wrong at all. Yeah, you're lucky you are approaching winter, Wraith. Yeah, we're heading into the circle of hell. Al Pacino in City Hall. You're literally wearing a DuckTales shirt right now. That's awesome. You have to rank Ridley. It is your destiny. Oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen, and I know it's going to happen. But man, part of the reason is I put off some of it because I was like, I know that there's a 4K of Kingdom of Heaven coming, so I can't do that one yet. I want to wait till I get the 4K, which should be any day now, right? I think didn't it come out today, or is it next week? I don't know, but I know that's coming. I've got of course, the Alien movies, but I keep going back and forth on when I want to do them. Because at first I was like, oh, I'm going to wait for the whatever anniversary. And I'm like, oh, I missed it. Crap. It's like, okay, well then what do I do? So do I do Prometheus first? Do I do Alien Covenant first? Do I do Alien first? Which one do I do first? Do I do them backwards? No, that doesn't make any sense. I should do the first one. I should do Alien first. But then it's like, but are the people going to come back to watch the Prometheus and Alien Covenant? I don't know. So it's kind of like I want to tease people with like my crazy ideas on Prometheus because I have an idea that I've never heard before. But I thought of it the other day and I'm like, I wonder if that explains things a little bit more. Interesting. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I need to watch the movie again. I need to watch them all again. I haven't seen them. I saw Alien recently, but I haven't seen Prometheus or Alien Covenant in a while. But it's like there's those. Then there's Black Hawk Down. Black Hawk Down is a thick boy. You know what I mean? Thick. THICC. Thick. You know what I mean? It's got a lot of special features to go through. Kingdom of Heaven is something like, there's like, the movie's 3 hours or whatever it is. I don't remember how long Kingdom of Heaven is. Yeah, there's like 12 days worth of special features. And it's like, I got to watch all that. I don't know if I need to watch it all again. All I can tell you is, those special features are awesome. But I like to be completionist. You know what I mean? It's like, I want to know all the things so that if I want to bring out a little tidbit from one of those special feature things, I can do that and it's no problem. It's tough though. So it's basically, it's a lot of time. And I just had Roger Miller. What did I say? I don't even know what I said. I said stupid things is what I said. But yes, I need to rank all of the films. I just need to finish it off. Finish it off and just say, hey, so I finished The Dog Stars, which is Ridley's next movie. By the way, you've got Josh Brolin, Margaret Qualley, Guy Pearce, and Benedict Wong are in this movie. I don't know who Benedict Wong plays. I'm not certain. Pretty sure I know who the other three play. And then the main character is an actor I've never seen before, so I don't know anything about him. I like the story, but it's also a much more, how do I say this? Ridley is the kind of guy, the kind of director where if you watch a lot of his movies, you can start to see, you're like, okay, that's the scene right there. That scene where all that crazy stuff happens. That's the scene that made Ridley go, I want to make this movie because I got to figure out how to do that. And that excites me. And that's it. To me, it seems like that's who Ridley is. He's a guy who's motivated by a challenge and he reads something and he goes, okay, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I'm excited. Let's do it. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. We've seen a lot of Ridley movies, especially lately, that don't quite work. With this story, with the Dog Stars, I can think of one scene that could be the scene, right? But the weird thing is, the whole story doesn't have the story is odd. I'll say that. The writing in the book is very odd. Sometimes one word sentences, like 12 words in a row. And it's just word, period, word, period, word, period. Because it's like, it's almost a stream of consciousness kind of thing. Because you're with the main characters basically narrating, I guess. You're living it. But then even the other dialogue from other characters, it's not punctuated correctly. It's just, it's an odd book. But it's an interesting story, and I'm kind of interested to see how Ridley's going to do it. I love the casting. I think the casting is great. I was able to picture them as I was reading it. But I'm also a little like, is this grand enough for Ridley? So I'm really curious what he's going to do with it. I'm excited for it. Because I like the story. I thought the story was good. But I don't know. I don't know how he's going to do it. And it makes me think, are they going to change things? Because it almost feels like I'll tell you this. It almost feels like there are some impactful moments that you're kind of like, man, I want to see that. But you don't. All happens off screen. You don't see it. You don't see the stuff go down. And you're kind of like, is Ridley going to do that? Or is he like, you're just going to see, you're not going to see it go down? That's interesting. So all I'm saying is I like the story. It was a good read. It was a quick read. And yeah, I'm excited to see what he's going to do with it. There you go. Dodging arrows, jumping fences, trying to get away. Oodalolly, golly, what a day. See, I don't remember how all that goes. It's been a while. Sandwich time. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Okay. You know what? Here's the thing. I'm going to go to the restroom real quick, take a break, but I'm going to grab something from the freezer that if you haven't tried it, you need to. Okay? I'll be right back. I'll show you, and it seriously is blowing my mind. So I'll be right back. I wasn't so far behind. It wasn't so bad. Not Gary. What's going on? And Pixel Phoenix, welcome. Not Dog Stars, not the band. The story. It's called The Dog Stars. It's interesting. It is post-apocalyptic. It's a survival kind of story, but it's also like, it's odd. It's an odd movie. Okay. Now, as promised, I want to show you this. Has anyone ever heard of JTM Beef Philly Cheesesteak Kit? Creates 4 complete sandwiches. It comes with bread, meat, onions, and cheese. Has anyone tried this before? Because holy crap, these are amazing. Like, you cannot believe how good these are. So, you heat up your oven. You preheat your skillet. I just do one at a time. I've only made one at a time for myself. They're only 420 calories too. So anyway, put the steak in the pan. Put the onions, I mean, it's so simple. It's so simple. And you can modify it however you want. Dude, it makes a killer freaking sandwich. And this is $16 for 4. So this is $4 a sandwich. And now, are they better than a Jersey Mike's cheesesteak that you can get? No. Okay? No. It's not going to be as good as that. But for $4, this is like, I cannot believe I've never heard of this before. And I cannot believe that I've never heard of, I'm a cheesesteak fanatic. I've never heard of this crap. So I'm just going to tell you, hashtag not sponsored, but if you have the ability, give this a shot. It's amazing. I'm going to go put this back because it's cold and it's freezing my hands. I'll be right back. Okay. I'll be right back. It's kind of like that crusty bread. You know what I mean? Bucho! Bucho! Bucho is back being a member. Oh my God. Oh, and Bubs, if you're still here, I don't know if you're still here, but make sure that anybody, you need to join the Discord because a lot of the member stuff happens on Discord, So that's just the way it is. But you can let me know and I'll add you to the thing, to the stuff and the thing. And it's good. And it's good. I hadn't even noticed that I'd unmembered, but now I notice. Well, thank you, Bucho. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, wait, go back. Wait. So yeah, I'm telling you, like, as somebody who is, kind of is, like, I'm one of those people that I could probably have a Philly cheesesteak for every meal. Excuse me, and have no problem whatsoever. That is a solid cheesesteak for $4. It's good. And of course you can spice it up however you want. What I do is that we have this steak seasoning from Saltgrass that April's been using to like sprinkle on her, like, she'll cook green beans in the air fryer and put that on there. And it's a, light snack kind of thing, Anyway, so what I did is as I'm cooking it, it heats up on one side. When you flip it over, I put that seasoning on there and then break up the meat and then put the onions on top. The onions are cooking at the same time. You put the onions up top, then you put the cheese on. I'm like, dude, you get the bread out of the oven, you open it up and it's that crusty bread, it's kind of reminiscent of Philly bread. Open it up, slap it on there, let it kind of moisten the inside. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, right? Just the steam from the stuff, and then you scoop it up and then you put the rest of it. Oh my God, it's good, dude. It's good. And for $4, it's stupid. That's stupid. So JTM, do it. I don't remember the last time I used Twitter. I know. If I didn't use it to promote stuff, I wouldn't use it at all. MI3 is absolutely underrated. J.J. Abrams did his best at that time, and it worked. Not to mention the amazing acting. Yes, Philip Seymour Hoffman, for sure. If they do another MI, I'd like to see Edgar Wright or the Russos make one, or dare I say Nolan. Nolan will probably never do it because he wants control. And I don't think that would mesh well with Cruise. I could be completely wrong, and I'd love to be proven wrong. I'd like to see Tom Cruise in a Nolan movie, you know what I mean? Like a regular Nolan movie, not a Mission Impossible. But Kingdom of Heaven 4K soon, yes. I think I'm getting mine on Friday. I think. Speaking of, I got some things. Well, you know what? Let's get caught up. Back. Not sure if you're familiar with the comic strip Blondie, but the husband makes a sandwich called a Dagwood. Basically, a huge sandwich has Black Forest ham, pepperoni, Monterey Jack, thin salami, and all beef bologna. Bologna. Anyway, there was actually a sandwich place for a while, at least here in Dallas Fort Worth, called Dagwoods, and they had a Dagwood, and it was awesome. It was huge, and it was great. It was expensive as hell, but I loved it, and I went there all the time, and then they closed. They closed. Never tried it. Don't sell them here, I think. All I'm going to say is I had never seen it. It was literally on one corner on the bottom shelf. And again, $16. And I'm like, this is going to be something that I have all the time. Because for 420 calories and the protein and I need the bread for my, for my system. Dude, it's perfect for me. And it ends up being, once you have your oven preheated, you're looking at like a 6-minute turnaround. Once you put the bread in, it's off to the races, and it's easy, man. And it's great. That sandwich reminds me of my ex. Dude, I'm a sandwich freak. You guys know this. I've taken pictures of sandwiches. That says something. Those look great. I know. I can't believe, seriously. I saw it on I don't know, some random video I saw on YouTube where it was like, we put up, what's the best Philly cheesesteak? And they did a bunch of different cheesesteaks, and one of them was that. And one of the people, there was like 3 people that were judging, blind taste tests. And one of the people chose that as their favorite sandwich against 2 other really like big time Philly cheesesteak people. And they chose that one as their favorite. And I'm like, I got to try this if I can try it. And I can't believe I was able to get it. And it's right there. It's good. It's worth a try, especially at $4 a piece. Yeah. You need to try Jersey Mike's cheesesteak. Yeah, you do. I buy the super thin frozen beef that you fry at Philly's, but I've never seen the full kit like that. I didn't know that frozen bread could be that good. Actually, no, that's not true. Because have you ever tried the Texas toast? That is incredibly good for frozen bread. And it comes out and you're like, I could eat all of that. You shouldn't, because it's very high in calories and butter and all, but man, it's good. I love a good Dagwood. There's something about a big ass sandwich. I love it. And I'm still mad that Dagwood's closed and that it didn't go over better, because man, they were good. Oh my God, dude, this might have been a mistake. Because not only are we streaming, but then we're going to have the hangout after rant. Everybody's just going to be, it's going to be food porn. That's all the stream's going to be. Food porn. But man, I do love, is that a Costco item? No shows on. I got it at Kroger, which is, what is it? Ralph's? I can't remember what Kroger is affiliated with. I think Kroger's like the main company now, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, yeah, I just got it in my local, dude, pull up the app of your local grocery store, big grocery chain, and see if they have it. Because that's what I did. And I was like, oh, holy crap, they have it on this aisle. So yeah, awesome. Oh, Bubs. Oh yeah. Then you heard me, Bubs. Yeah. So you should join the Discord so you can take part in the watch-alongs and stuff. It's fun. It's fun stuff. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead. I should just keep Discord open on my computer now, just in case. You never know. You never know what's gonna go down. But I need to go ahead and add Bucho in there. if Discord will open. Are you going to open, sir? Oh, it had to do an update. Why? Dude, seriously. What is up with the updates on Discord? Why? How are there so many freaking updates? Okay, I'm going to end this poll because apparently 70% of you guys do not want this Harry Potter series, which I mean, I get. I understand. Let's see. Edit channel, that, and then that, and then that, and then boom, and then this, and that, and this, and that, and that, and this, and push that. Now again, if anybody's a member and you don't for some reason see the member things, let me know so I can get you added, because the integration stuff doesn't work. And some of it, I was on. Oh, there. I should have kept it open. You're on the Discord. Ella's on 7. See, I'm sorry, Jody. Let me get you in there. And that's the problem, is that it's just like it doesn't always work because of the silly things. Bam and biggity bam, and then bam, and then bam. Permissions, bam. Because if your names don't match, I can't tell. I can't tell. So thank you. You are now added. And Bubs, if you get on the Discord, I can totally get you added and things and stuff and things. And things. Let's see. Yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman, man. What an amazing actor. I love that guy. He's so good. Yeah, Cruise worked with some of the greatest directors of all time. He would kill it in a Nolan, Fincher, or hopefully work with Scorsese again. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just trying to think of I was thinking of Inception, but with Tom Cruise in the main role instead of Leo. Could that have worked? I don't know. It would have been really cool. Yeah, forgot he was in Kubrick's last movie ever. Yeah. Blimpie. Oh my God. Blimpie, I loved. I loved Blimpie so much it was stupid. It was really good. And it was right next door to me. Why did that just... Yeah, Kroger is Ralph's here. Yeah. I couldn't remember because that was back when I was working at the place and we were looking for the cards. And then you had to sync up the chains. And it was like, well, now wait a minute. Kroger is Ralph's, right? Yes. Yeah. But yeah, Blimpie. I had a Blimpie working next door when I was working at Sprint. I had a Blimpie next door and I could have it anytime I wanted. It was great. There were some times when I would have that 2 times in a day. Yeah. I'd have it for lunch and then pick it up for dinner on the way home and eat it on the way home, which was messy as hell, but I didn't give a crap. Man, it's good. Yo, I want to be alive tomorrow. Don't do this to me. What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Pixel? Leo would have been good in Magnolia too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, that's what's kind of cool though about Paul Thomas Anderson's upcoming movie, is that yeah, Leo missed out on Magnolia, but he gets to be in his new movie, which is kind of neat. I've never seen a Leo role that Cruise couldn't have done. Maybe eating Gilbert Grape. Yeah. Basketball Diaries. Yeah. I mean Leo's role since Leo was, say, 35. Cruise would have definitely nailed it in Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, it could have been really interesting. That could have been really interesting. My thing is, look, I'm all for, as I've mentioned before, James Cameron, right? James Cameron's like, oh, I wish he'd stop making movies about blue people. No. Let the dude make what he wants to make. And if Tom Cruise wants to continue making, mindless action movies for the rest of his career, as long as he can, let him do the thing. But I kind of want to see another A Few Good Men. I kind of want to see, another Eyes Wide Shut from him. I want to see real performances. I don't know. Untitled Alejandro, yeah, Inarritu, yes. Yes. That could be amazing. But then here's the thing though. Didn't Inarritu didn't he make Babel, which I thought was like John Michael Edwards, what's up all you disorderlies? I think that's what you meant. We made it home safe. Thanks again, Rob. Hey, thank you. By the way, I didn't mention it, but John took me to lunch today. I mean, treated me to lunch. He didn't take me to lunch. I drove myself because that would be inappropriate for a blind man to drive in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Not a good idea. But John paid for my dinner and his lovely woman. But I thank you. I had a great time and it was pretty good. It didn't quite measure up to that first time, but it was still pretty good. But thank you again. And of course, great conversation. And we'll talk soon. And glad to see that you're home safe. The woman he illegally owns. I'm not sure that's... You know what I mean. Vinny. That's swallowed my spit. That went down wrong. Yeah, Cruise and McQuarrie are on schedule for Top Gun 3, and they've got ideas for Days of Thunder 2, and it's like, I mean, again, it's kind of like, I get it. Go where the money is, right? Worth it. Thanks, Vinny. Thank you for making me choke. But I mean, yeah, cool. But man, I kind of want to see new movies, new stories. New stories. And the Les Grossman movie. And it's like, yeah, but damn, I don't love any Inarritu film, but he always gets excellent performances from his actors. Bucho, I won't disagree. But you know what? It's the same as any great, I think great director, is that they're every now and then they focus too much on one thing and not enough on another. Like to me, I feel like Ridley, I always go back to Ridley because he's my favorite, right? So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Huh? What are you gonna do? But Ridley focuses too much on sometimes too much on the world building and the design of things and loses sight of the story being told. And a lot of times because he trusts actors, he tries to hire actors that he knows can take the material and run with it, and he doesn't have to worry about them. But the problem is it can make for an uneven film when one actor's doing something completely crazy, I don't know, Jared Leto. It's just one of those things, right? I think they all have they're like Transformers. They're like Transformers and their tech specs, Some of them, their strength is way up. But, sometimes their intelligence, it has to be down if the strength is going to be up, So it's always, everybody is a Transformer with tech specs. You don't know what I'm talking about? Let me show you. Oh, God. That is the best looking sandwich ever. But anyway, Transformers tech specs. I don't know if they do tech specs anymore. Do they? I don't know. But let's, can I just pull up a tech specs, please? Okay, great. Where are the tech specs? The actual pictures. Cartoon episode, cartoon cast list, comic, film news, tech specs. Yes. At this moment, more will use the menus. Okay, Autobots. Okay, Bumblebee. Okay, so there you go. That's not exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking about the actual thing. But basically, yeah, look, his intelligence is pretty high, his courage is super high, but his strength is pretty low. It's Bumblebee, right? But like, I'm talking about back in the day, I would look at the tech specs from Transformers, right? And I would look at the actual image. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. Something like that, right up here, you know? And then you put the little red thing over it because, there's a secret. And you can actually see where the lines are. So you can see that like this guy, who is that? Trailbreaker. What is that? Strength is at like a 7. His intelligence is at a 6. His, what the hell does that say? Speed is at a 4. So it's basically, if you've got a really high something in one area, you've got really low in another. And I feel like basically Inaritu sometimes focuses too much on the actors and not enough on the story. Or focuses too much on this and not much on... You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. I'm an idiot, basically. So, there you go. There you go. Cruise then in Broadsword, directed by Christopher McQuarrie, co-starring Henry Cavill and Marion Cotillard. Okay. We'll see if it happens, though. So some of that stuff that gets announced and then it never happens. Like, some of it's based off of, I can't remember the source, but it's basically, this is the stuff that's in production. And a lot of it can be, like, major pre-production. And they hear rumors and they put it in there as, hey, this is coming. And then somehow that gets picked up and then put on IMDb. You know what I mean? And so not everything that is in their, hey, coming soon or in production doesn't mean that it's always going to happen. Sometimes it's just like an announcement or somebody does an interview. All that stuff can be put in there. And it's, that sounds great. Broadsword, Christopher McQuarrie, Henry Cavill, Marion Cotillard. Awesome. Do the thing. But, you know, I get not liking Babel, but that's the most convincing Brad Pitt performance I've ever seen. I mean, maybe. Maybe. And apparently everybody loves the fact that Vinny almost made me choke. Thank you so much. I heard American Made was good. I got to check it out. I know. I heard his performance is really good in it, and I've never seen it. So, what's up, B from the new Z? All is well here. Hope all is well down there. Always good to hear from you, mate. And there's OG Sega Steve. Welcome, Sega Steve. You won't be able to see the tech specs without the red decoder screen. I mean, you're right. Like, you wouldn't be able to make it out. You know, you are SOL unless you can just really tone out the red and just see the blue and just go, oh, there's the blue right there in between all the red. But yeah, I forgot about that stuff. I know, but it's just saying. You can't show these tech specs on stream. Yeah, they can. They're still classified. Oh, come on. That's crap. It's all out there. It's all out there. You're whistleblowing. Don't even know it. You see Retro Game Corp's video about gaming on the Apple TV? Yes, I did. And I'm going to be trying that. I'm getting everything set up as... Well, not as we speak because I'm streaming right now, but I am going to try it. I want to see what it's like. I would definitely be up for more original Cruise movies like Minority Report, Edge of Tomorrow, Collateral. Yes. I want more. Seriously. I want more A Few Good Men type movies. Movies with really, really good stories, and I love legal dramas. That's why I really enjoyed watching The Verdict. Another legal drama, Paul Newman, James Mason. I loved it. I really enjoyed that. So, there you go. Who has the better film resume? Leo, Pitt, or Cruise? Wow. That is tough. Okay, if you're talking box office, probably Leo. My favorite, man, because Pitt finally won his Oscar. Leo won his Oscar. Tom Cruise hasn't won an Oscar. He's been nominated, but he hasn't won an Oscar. But Tom Cruise, well, I don't know. I don't know. Top Gun Maverick may have put him over the top. I don't know. That's a tough one, man. Like three of my favorite actors. Who's your favorite? That's like, God. I'd have to break down their career and rank each one of them, give them a point score, and then add them up and see. That's how I'd have to do that. Which movie was Cruise nominated for? Magnolia, wasn't it? What movie was Tom Cruise nominated for an Oscar? Uh, that doesn't answer the question. Has been nominated 4 times for Best Actor. Born on the 4th of July, Jerry Maguire. Best Supporting for Magnolia. Also received the Best Picture nomination as producer on Top Gun Maverick. There you go. There you go. I love, dude, The Firm. Oh my God, I love that movie. And that's one of the few movies that I will admit, as somebody who's a book guy, I love my books. I prefer the movie version to the book version. The movie seriously takes a turn at around the beginning, like at the beginning of the third act, and it changes the third act, and I love it. I think the third act in that movie is perfect. I think Sidney Pollack directed that one. Just I love that movie. Gene Hackman, Gene Triplehorn, movie's great. Hal Holbrook, isn't it? I mean, dude, I love that movie. It's The Firm in 4K. Because that's also a beautiful looking movie, too. 4K. Yes, it is. $17. That's actually a good looking cover. I need this. I need this in my butt. Not really. In my collection. That's a great movie. I do love this movie. 30th anniversary. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Make a video about it. You don't tell me what to do, right? Okay? Wonder if any colorblind fools were able to or unable to view text back. So I mean, I'm sure there was, right? There had to have been, Steve. Because I mean, it's not easy to see, but if you concentrate, I can see it. Let me know how it is, Stop Fox. I will totally let you know. I mean, here's the thing though. I don't want to put anything bigger than like a Game Boy Advance game on there. You know, because I don't want it clogging up. Number one, my Apple TV is only 64 gig. And then on top of that, I don't want it clogging up my iCloud either. So, but yeah, we'll try. Wait, make a video about it. What? Wait, Wraith, were you talking about this or The Firm? Because if I do this, it's just why? Nobody would, like 5 of you guys would watch it. Everybody else would be like, who the hell is this guy? Isn't he a movie guy? Why is he talking about video games? Get him out of here. He can't talk about video games. He can only talk about one thing. Stay in your lane, bitch. That's what they would say. And then I would cry. And then I would complain to you guys. I don't want to do that. Cruise also most well-rounded in genres. I'm trying to think of comedic. I think Brad Pitt definitely is funnier. Burn After Reading, 12 Monkeys. Because he's hilarious in 12 Monkeys. But Burn After Reading, he was really like, what the hell was that performance? And I kind of love it. Um, I don't think. I don't know, man. I think Brad Pitt maybe. It's tough. Even the Ocean's movies, I think Brad Pitt's pretty funny in, but he's always eating. I don't know. That's so tough. Again, three of my favorite actors. It's almost impossible to pick. Yeah, is Legend in 4K? No, Wraith. And the reason that Legend is not in 4K is because the elements are not. Uh, they were. I think a lot of the effects were done for. I can't remember. There's a reason why it's not available in 4K, and it should never be in 4K. Legend Tom Cruise in 4K. Here's why. Oh, there it is right there. Here's why a Legend 4K Blu-ray won't happen. Um, the lengthier director's cut was restored from one of only two surviving 35 millimeter answer prints, the first version of movies put on film, but there is no surviving negative. In Scott's notes from the 2011 release, tweeted by Flower, he commented that answer prints, by their nature, offer limited latitude in the transfer process and tend to result in less than optimal picture quality. In other words, there's quality lost to the film itself that cannot be reversed, particularly not in terms of 4K restoration. Universal would also be responsible for completed unfinished visual effects for a 4K cut of the film, and according to Flower, its imperfections would be utterly naked in 4K, and the diminished dynamic range would make HDR a moot point. There you go. Oh, while Arrow has access to a 4K scan of the negative, any attempts to upgrade the existing directors and US cuts of the films would result in two compromised Frankenstein masters that would inevitably fall short of people's high expectations, as Flower puts it. An incomplete overhaul of the film would not match Arrow's standards for massive improvement. There you go. Arrow's limited edition release will include a version of the US cut restored in 2K from a 4K scan of original camera negatives, along with a new commentary track by Paul M. Salmon, who I have also talked about on this channel because I own two of his books on Ridley Scott. One on the making of Blade Runner called Future Noir, and another book simply called Ridley Scott. There you go. So there you go. I think he was asking you to make a video of you putting the firm in your butt. Oh, no. He wants it firm in his butt, apparently. Make a video about it. No! No, no, no. No, no, no. What? In the butt? Thank you, Vinny. I appreciate that. I hope that doesn't go on my, what do you call it? On my gravestone, I don't know. I don't know. You know how you can get big? Become a Nickelback analyst YouTuber. I don't know about that. And I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could do that. Interview of the Vampire had both Cruise and Pitt. Yeah, I know. And I enjoyed that movie. I thought Tom Cruise was great in that. I thought Brad Pitt was a little too... He was a little too subdued. His performance doesn't... Especially now... Back then, I just loved that movie, And I thought Antonio Banderas was awesome. But for some reason, his performance is weird in that movie. And he makes a really odd face after he kills a guy with the thing. It's really funny. I don't have a copy of that movie, do I? Because that's another one. I watch so much under the influence, if you know what I mean. And I can't watch it anymore. It's just not a movie that I can watch anymore. But I really enjoyed Tom Cruise's performance. For me, Cruise in Tropic Thunder is funnier than any Brad Pitt comedic performance. I mean, it's funny, but it's also like, I don't know. I just think he's yelling, and it's different. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I like Tropic Thunder. I don't know. And the thing is about doing a Les Grossman movie. I mean, what would that movie be about? You know, that there's so like there's a lot of people that are like that's the only thing I want to see from Tom Cruise is a Les Grossman movie. And I'm kind of like, I don't really care. Uh I don't know. I'd rather see him do something like my Discord's going off. Uh things. There's things. Yeah. I don't know. I'll tell you this. I think 12 Monkeys is a much better film than Tropic Thunder. Like, I can watch 12 Monkeys. I bought 12 Monkeys in 4K. Damn it. I love that movie so much. So much. Uh, as good as fun as Tropic Thunder is, it's a watch every 10 years kind of movie, you know? That's just me. That's just me. I mean, look, I get it. I get it. If y'all like the Tropic Thunder, I get it. But Hideo Kojima says Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is a film about Tom Cruise putting his life on the line in a desperate struggle to save cinema itself. Yes. Yes. Rachel. Hi, Rachel. How you doing? Timothy Chalamet said he's sad you're talking about Brad Pitt. Oh, well, there's no need for him to worry because his stature, his place on the pedestal is secure. So there's no need to worry about him, no need for him to worry about Brad Pitt or anyone else. Look, I love them all. Like, I love them. I love those guys. They're great. Yeah, and Kojima's not dumb. I mean, Kojima's out there for sure, but I also he respects artistry. And I think he realizes that Tom Cruise, as goofy and as wild and weird as he can be, he does love movies. And it's something that I don't know, man. I think that's cool. I just think that's cool. I cannot believe it's 9:40 already, guys. I cannot believe it. Cannot believe it. I know people love Death Stranding, but I got bored of shit playing it. I say Kojima is insanely overrated and isn't like a god the way some people claim. No, but I do look forward to every Kojima thing, even though I don't even play him. But it is a love or hate game, yeah, for sure. It's just boring. He's definitely a great creator, but yeah, he's not the GOAT. I find Brad Pitt a likable dude, but very rarely buy his characters. See, to me, Cruise is Tom. I know you're watching, but I gotta say this. I feel like Tom Cruise is that geeky nerd dude who's really into movies, and he's really overly excitable, and he's oh man, he wants to be likable and he wants to be everybody's friend, and he's like, ooh, whatever, right? But everybody kind of treat him like, oh, dude, you're a lot. You're just a lot, okay? But then as he grew up, he became this handsome guy, and because of his passion, he put everything into his passion, and he became this actor really by emulating others, not by 100% raw talent. He worked really, really hard. Commendable and everything. And he loves movies. But I feel like he's this big dork at heart. And that's really who he is. And he's awkward. He's socially awkward. And that's what I get from Tom Cruise. And so when I watch Jerry Maguire and especially there's a quick scene where it's dollying or panning. I can't remember if it's a dolly or a pan. But I remember he comes into view and he's doing this thing to Renee Zellweger where he's talking about, or whatever. And it looks so like genuine, like he would do that. Like he does that. And then what's funny is he does it, and then Zellweger kind of reacts, and he does it again, and it's awkward, and it makes me like, oh, that's I'm awkward. I feel awkward for you. That's what that feels like. And even the way he does, I'm not going to do what everybody thinks I'm going to do and flip out, the way he does it, it looks like a dork trying to do a thing. Am I wrong? I don't know. I could be wrong. But that's what I get. That's what I get from Tom Cruise. Again, love the guy. And Tom, I love your movies. But that's what I get from you. So there you go. Cruise says he watches at least one movie a day. I mean, that's awesome. Kind of dorky, but I'm just kidding. To me, he comes across as self-conscious too often. Like, I can see him thinking about the performance as he gives it instead of fully inhabiting the character. For me, that's why he impressed me in Babel. He seems almost totally unself-conscious in that movie in a way he almost never is in other movies. Same with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Cruise is solid. I mean, look, I like him, but like I said, I get this feeling of the... Did I get him? Damn, these little fruit fly type things. I don't know what they are. Anyway, I get the overly, like, he's a male actor version of the overly attached girlfriend, kind of. I don't know. Babel is one of Pitt's best. I mean, probably, but I seriously, he disappears in a 12 Monkeys, in my opinion. He's so different in 12 Monkeys. Like, I can definitely see what you're talking about the acting and the thinking about what you're doing as acting in Legends of the Fall, another Brad Pitt movie that I love. I really love that movie, but it feels like he's, oh, I need to, oh, I'm serious. I don't know. There's something about that. Really? You think Leo is I mean, Leo, I would not argue about Leo being the best. I think Leo is the best. But I think Pitt's better than Cruise. Cruise fully commits in a way Pitt almost never does for me. When Cruise is playing the character, he is that character, even if they're all basically versions of Tom Cruise. He comes off as a guy who goes by the beat of his own drum. That is absolutely true. But he also, I need your approval, But I don't know. You know what's funny? We didn't talk about, it's almost 10 o'clock and we haven't even talked about the other news items. Could Pitt or Leo pull off Jerry Maguire? I think it's not the right role for Leo, but I think Pitt could pull that off. I think he could. I think Leo could. I mean, no, I think Brad Pitt could. I don't know if Leo could. I don't know, man. Wolf of Wall Street showed me that Leo can do just about anything. He's so good. And he had me laughing so freaking hard in Wolf of Wall Street. I don't know. Can I add Johnny Depp to the mix? I think Johnny Depp is limited. But I don't know, man. Johnny Depp's can be pretty good, but he also kind of has that same level of I'm Johnny Depp and I'm an artist, kind of thing going on. I still need to check out 7 Years in Tibet. Shozama, that is a movie. Okay. 7 Years in Tibet and Little Buddha. What is it? Bertolucci movie with Keanu Reeves as Buddha. I unabashedly love both of those movies. I love them and I need to own them. I want to buy, in fact, I want to buy The Last Emperor in 4K. That's on my wish list. When I heard that they were doing Little Buddha in 4K, I'm like, I think I need to own that. Even though it's Keanu Reeves as the Buddha and it's kind of weird. It's kind of odd. But I still love that movie. I thought it was beautiful. Beautiful. And 7 Years at Tibet is great. I don't care what anybody says. I love that movie. It's great. Move Johnny Derp and replace with Gary Oldman. Now, but see, that's the thing. I don't know if Gary Oldman, as much as I love Gary Oldman, I don't see him as an action star. I can't see him being heroic in that same vein. I don't know. Maybe that's a limitation that you shouldn't put on somebody because it's not that maybe not that hard. I don't know. Fear and Loathing in the Pirates movies. Yeah. Yeah. It's like there's a he can do these movies where I feel like I think it grows. Like Pitt and Cruise can do these movies, and then I feel like Leo can do just about anything. But then again, I don't know, man. Leo can do anything, I think. Body of Lies, he's great in that. Ridley Scott movie. Not a great movie, but pretty good. Like pretty good movie. I think Leo can do action. It's tough though, man. It's tough. It's tough. Depp's best movie is Blow. I've only seen that one time. I don't know. Have I ever seen Kundun? I need to check that one out too. No, that one is definitely one that I kept wanting to go back and watch, and I never did. But no, I have not seen that one. I did watch Silence finally. I think I talked about that on stream. Maybe I did. I can't remember. But man, what a gut punch that movie was. It's good though. It was a good movie. And shockingly, it's not that I was surprised that Adam Driver and oh God, what's his name? Amazing Spider-Man. You know who I'm talking about. It's not that I was surprised that they could give those performances, but I don't know. That was a good movie. I enjoyed that. It's yeah. Oldman is action star, yeah, maybe, but not as much. But damn, if that dude don't disappear in most of his roles, absolutely. I mean, Gary Oldman is Hall of Fame actor, if there was such a thing. I love Gary Oldman. You know, this is almost embarrassing to admit. I've never seen Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. My favorite Shakespeare is Hamlet. I love Gary Oldman. And isn't that also Tim Roth in that? And I haven't seen that. I haven't seen it. I have not seen Tiptoes. I mean, Tiptoes is, that is a very famous movie, but I have not seen that. It is Tim Roth. Two minor characters from the play Hamlet stumble around unaware of their scripted lives and unable to deviate from them. I have not seen this. And I want to see this. I haven't. So, and it's an early Gary Oldman performance. I need to see it. Tiptoes is legendary. It'd be cooler if you did. One of the ways Pitt's self-consciousness comes through for me is how busy his performances are. Like he builds a character as a collection of ticks instead of finding humanity in them. I mean, Steve, I'm not going to say that on stream because I don't want to get, it's probably going to happen anyway. But yeah, I mean, maybe. So 12 Monks is like peak Pitt self-consciousness for me. I dialed up some 12 Monkey scenes after my Burn After Reading rewatch and don't find that character convincing at all. It's like that old thing about how the Oscars don't reward the best acting, they reward the most acting. 12 Monkeys is like Pitt shouting, "Look at me doing the most acting." That's interesting because I mean, I love that movie and I love Jeffrey Goins. I love him in that. And maybe I'm just not I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he's doing great work in that. That's so crazy. I've never thought that. He's literally kneeling on shoes with his elbows tied behind his back. Oh, I know. Tiptoes is famous, man. I definitely want to see it. I just never have, and it's I don't know. Kind of scared me a little bit. Okay, real quick, I do want to mention a couple of things just in case you haven't seen them. First, before we wrap up the stream in 9 minutes or so. I mean, it doesn't have to be right at 10 because we're going, man, over on the Discord, we're going till midnight, baby, at least. Last week, we went till almost 1. So you never know. Depends on how good the conversation is. I like Brad Pitt and Deadpool too. But yeah, Disney pushes the next 2 Avengers movies. Dates the Dog Stars, which we talked about earlier, and The Devil Wears Prada 2. So here's the thing. Avengers moved from May to December. Both movies. And a lot of people are like, only because I was the center of attention. Well, Rufus, I mean, we were having a good conversation. It was fun. We were all over the place. It was fun. It was a good time. But yeah, a lot of people are like, well, are there problems or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And there's really no way to know 100% why they moved it. But a lot of people are guessing that the reason that it's being moved is because they can make more money at Christmas time. Because both of them, it's December 18th, 2026 and December 17th, 2027. Which, does anybody remember Spider-Man? Yeah, they made a ton of money. It seems like Christmas time is definitely the time to release the movie where you want to make a lot of money. And I feel like they're maximizing their profit by putting it during that time. But it could also be for other reasons that we aren't aware of. I don't know. But that's a thing. I found this today and I thought, this is interesting. I don't know what to think of this. I'll let you guys decide. But James Bond, right? James Bond is coming soon. Whether we like it or not, there will be another James Bond. And man, when I read this, I was like, that's really interesting. I don't know if it means that what it means, what they think it means, but it's possible. It's definitely possible. And here it is. You ready? Aaron Taylor Johnson signs a deal with James Bond watchmakers Omega. It says, Omega welcomes Aaron Taylor Johnson to our watchmaking home in Bienne. The actor and Golden Globe winner stepped into our watchmaking home for an exclusive tour, meeting the watchmakers behind our timepieces. After signing the deal, he said, I have always had an appreciation for timepieces, but especially for Omega. Now, after visiting the factory, I'm in awe of the skill required to manufacture such a luxurious product. And apparently, Pierce Brosnan has also said Aaron Taylor Johnson should be the next Bond. I mean, not that he has any say. But, interesting that, it's just interesting. Because, Omega Seamaster, right? Seamaster? Isn't it a Seamaster that Bond has? I can't remember. It's not a I actually wanted an Omega watch really bad for like 6 months. Like I would look at used watches and try to find really good deals, and I never got one. Because then I was like, I don't care. Like I have an Apple Watch and I barely ever wear that. The only time I wear it is when I'm working out. And what is this thing going to do? Just tell time? You mean all I have to do is just look at my phone and I can tell? I don't know. I get it. It's a status thing. I'm not a status guy, so I don't care. But this is interesting. This is interesting. So, I don't know. What do you think? Somebody said I was that character, so I'm leaning into it. It's how I dealt with bullying in high school. Might work at 40, not sure. Well, I guess he's not the worst choice. Yeah, and here's the thing. I think Aaron Taylor Johnson has not really had the role that puts him in the driver's seat. He's taken different kinds of roles than, say, like Daniel Craig did in his early career. You know, I don't know. But I will say, after seeing him in Nosferatu, I was like, did I detect a little bit of acting here? Like, it's not just, I don't know. He was actually pretty good in that. I don't know. I just don't know what to think. I don't know. James Bond, are they going to take Cartman's advice and put a chick in it and make it gay and lame? I probably shouldn't have said that. Possibly. I thought they were going to go with a woman. They're not doing that. They've already said many, many, many times that it's not Jane Bond. No, they're doing James Bond. New James Bond is his son. Just saying. Oh, that is possible. That is possible. I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, who knows what they're gonna do, man? They could go so many different ways. I mean, there was talk about Idris Elba, of course. I mean, Idris Elba is now almost 60, so that doesn't make sense to start a franchise with a 60-year-old or almost 60-year-old. I don't know how exactly. How old is Idris Elba?
Idris Elba is 52 years old.
Oh, 52. Well, still, I mean, that's not bad, but you really want to start with somebody in their, mid 30s, ideally. I don't know. Is it an Adam Driver? I don't think so. They should make it James Bond Jr. who stole the chicken nuggies. Ito Ramos, welcome. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. I like nice watches, but I don't wear them. Yeah. Is it a take, Shozama? I mean, all I'm trying to say about the watches is that I'm not a big watch guy. And I never really have been. I've never been a jewelry guy. I don't know. I have nice watches that I just wear for looks and don't use them. Yeah, see, I don't know. I've never been a bracelet guy. I had friends that wore like the cool bracelets or whatever, and I can't rock that. It just doesn't work. I don't know. It was a bad joke. You said something about a driver. Oh. Gotcha. I always get people who are all like, that's one hell of a watch because of how nice they are. Oh, well, there you go. Oh, you do have some big, crazy, like, honking, like, have you seen my watch, guys? Yeah. It's a controller. And I can tell time. Yeah, that's not me. That's just not me. Anyway. Now, I'm sure you guys saw this. This is a really, I don't even know what to make of this. Alex Garland's going to do a live action Elden Ring movie for A24? Alex Garland. I don't know. Here's the thing. I like Alex Garland. He has never made a movie like this. That is a crazy world to build. And I don't know. I just don't know. It's weird. It's just weird. Does anybody have any thoughts on this? Because like I said, I'm not a big Elden Ring guy, but the fact that you got Alex Garland, A24, which I don't even know. Let's do this. Okay. That's what I thought. That A24's largest budget movie was an Alex Garland movie. It was Civil War at $75 million. I mean, I'm thinking you need a big budget. For Elden Ring, I mean, I would think that you would need like a lot, right? You would need a lot. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. Let's see. I want a Pit Boy. I have a few international watches I used to use, but now I just do the math to keep up where the homies are. Yeah. Let me do this. Let me do this. Hide distracting items. Yeah, your stupid video that you won't let me close. And there it is. There it is. There's your new Hermione on the left. You have Harry in the middle, and you have Ron on the right. Wasn't Final Reckoning's budget 200 million? It was a lot more than that. A lot more. Some say up to $400 million. Yeah, because Final Reckoning was delayed. So, but anyway, here's the thing about these three. So, who knows? They're kids. The girl Hermione, the girl playing Hermione, led a Broadway show. The Broadway show Matilda. She was the star. So she's got definite acting experience. So that's a good sign, actually. That's a really good sign. And I don't know, man. I look at these three and I go, it's not exactly what I think, but I kind of like the fact that I just don't know. I don't know. Um, yeah, I think I've seen the James Bond Jr. thing, Shozama. But I mean, like, I don't have the Harry Potter stuff out anymore. I may because I was just like, I need more room for Tolkien stuff. But it's like I've read these books over and over and over. Like audiobooks, I listen to these constantly. Because again, I worked. I don't know if I told this. I'm sure I did. You guys know this, don't you? That I used to work at a job where I had to drive an hour and a half to and from each day. It took me an hour and a half to get there and I have to get home. So 3 hours a day I'd be in the car. And I listened to a lot of audiobooks, but mostly just Harry Potter on loop, basically. And it got to the point where even if I lost, like if you disengage and you're concentrating on the road and you're doing stuff, as soon as I got back to the listening again, it's like, okay, now I can listen to this again. I knew exactly where we were. I wasn't missing a beat. But I know those stories so well. Honestly, I look at these three and I go, yeah, sure. It could work. It could work. But I'm also not tied to those original movies. Like, I don't care. In fact, I don't. The only one of those movies, I think the casting is perfect, pretty much, in the movies. Except Michael Gambon. I don't like Michael Gambon as Dumbledore. I think he sucks as Gambon. I mean, as Dumbledore. Now, I love Michael Gambon as an actor. I think he's wrong. He's playing that character wrong. He just is. My opinion. But I think he's and I'm not trying to dance on the man's grave either. I just think he played that character poorly. Because that character doesn't act the way that throwing Harry up against a wall in the Goblet of Fire. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here. That's not freaking Dumbledore. Dumbledore doesn't do that. Dumbledore doesn't raise his voice. The only time he raises his voice is when he gets angry at Harry for not understanding why. Well, I don't want to get into that. But in book 6, he raises his voice at him because he needs to understand why he's been chosen and why it's anyway, it doesn't matter. And I love Dumbledore as a character, so it irritated me. It irritated me that he got him so wrong. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this. I'm a Harry Potter fan. I love those stories. I don't know if it's exactly my most rewarding reading experience anymore because the Dark Tower, I think, may have taken that throne for me because I'm a big Stephen King fan and the Dark Tower rewards you if you're a Stephen King fan. But Harry Potter, man, I really did enjoy those books, and to see them more faithfully done could be great, or it could be terrible. I don't know, but we'll see. That's how I feel about it. And I mean, I'm not even talking about J.K. Rowling's politics or anything like that, because the stories are the stories, you know, and all that stuff came out way after. And basically, it's like to me, it's like this. And this goes with, you know, you want. I mean, nobody asked, but I'll just say this: you should treat people with respect, and as long as they're not hurting another person, we should have no problems. That's the way it should work. And when there are certain people that are taking advantage of a system, you know what I'm talking about. I think you get what I'm talking about in context with what I'm talking about. Yeah, people are taking advantage of a system. That's wrong. They're hurting people, and I don't like that. Um, yeah, you know, you want to. I mean, seriously, you want to whatever, however you want to live your life. But you can't hurt anybody, and you can't make everybody else feel like that. That's no. There's there's things, man. There's so much context. There's so much stuff where it's like people try to, you know, change the world to fit their idea of what the world should be. No, no, the world is what it is, and hey, you want to go do that thing? Do that thing. But the rest of the world doesn't have to change because of you. Just like the world's not going to change for me. So there you go. That's kind of the way I look at things. Live and let live, man. Like, it's the same with religion. It's the same with politics. Any of it. If you believe that this is the right way, great. But don't make me believe in your bullshit. If I think it's bullshit, then that's bullshit. And that's all we have to say to each other, isn't it? Just treat people the way you want to be treated. You know, that's it. Period. Don't hurt anybody. Why is it so hard? Be good to each other, you know? Try to be positive and things. I don't know. Oh, I never even showed off my movies that I got. Let me get caught up and then we'll do. Haven't beaten Elden Ring, but I'm interested in the movie. Yeah, me too. I'm interested to see. You need at least 140. I'm thinking it depends on who you're going to. If you're going to get big stars, you're going to need a lot more money than that. You know? Studios grow progressively. Yeah, but going from 75 million to we're going to make a movie of Elden Ring. Boy, you're asking for, I mean, there's a lot of Elden Ring people out there that are going to be very upset if it doesn't meet their expectations. So you're okay with it. All right. James Bond Jr. But see, but Rufus, I don't think that's a problem. And especially when you look at her face, I think she fits what Hermione is described as. The big buck teeth, and let's see it in action first, you know? Same kid with different wigs. I mean, maybe. That's gnarly. The traffic would kill me. I mean, look, 3 hours a day was a no joke. But you know what? I was making good money, so it's kind of like, go for it. I mean, there's a lot. Look, here's the thing, and this is why it's hard for me to get on the internet, Twitter, Instagram, any of that stuff. It's like high school again, and I'm done. I'm done with it. I didn't like high school when I was in high school. That high school mentality, you know, of, ooh, I'm going to just say something that's going to make you mad. You know, and it's just like, get over yourself. You know, instead of trying to rile up somebody, How about you say something worthy of actual someone thinking about it? How about making someone think, you know? Like why wouldn't you do that? But people are going to get mad about anything and everything. And it's almost like a chosen form of life. My job in my life is to be upset about things. That's not productive. That's exactly the opposite of what people should be doing. I want to spread happiness and joy and maybe make somebody think every now and then. That's it. That's what I want. I want to make a movie that makes people laugh and makes people feel good. I don't give a crap about. Now, I mean, there might very well be a time where I write a script or a story that makes someone go, hmm. But I'm not gonna. I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to change people for the better, instead of just tearing people down and taking advantage of them and, you know, monetizing their hatred. I don't like that this world, the way that they've done that. And then you throw the AI stuff into it, and that's even worse. Anyway, him yelling at Harry is the best moment. It's the wrongest moment. It's the wrongest money. Wrongest money. It's the most wrong of any actor portraying a character that I can think of. It's literally the opposite of what Dumbledore is. And what Dumbledore has been up to that point. You know? Like they're talking about, oh, this really bad thing is happening, and Dumbledore's like, huh, that's interesting. In fact, in the previous movie, that's how he portrays it. And then in book 4, he's slamming Harry around and, punching him in the nuts and stuff. It's like, what? That's not Dumbledore. But that's just me. World will change for Pumpkin Man. Pumpkin Man's going to change it all. Pumpkin Man is going to unite all. I was going to start naming things, and then I'm like, I probably shouldn't do that because they're probably going to get mad at me. But however you want to live your life as long as you're not hurting anybody. Yeah, I mean that's kind of but I want the firm in my butt. Also, Rob. Sorry. Yeah. But see, that's the beauty, man. We have layers, I'm not just a physical media in my butt. I'm a guy who wants people to be excellent to each other. Yeah, exactly. Not Gary. Exactly. People have complexes. Yeah, but complexes built on, again, like systems of the monetization of hatred and outrage. Like people it's like if you're spending half your day being outraged by something on the internet, you need to go outside. That literally touch grass. Like literally go outside and touch the grass with your hand and go, ooh, that's kind of spiky. I mean, depending on the grass. Some of it's like real soft, almost like AstroTurf. You know what I mean? And then some of it is like, ooh, spiky, but it's grass. You just feel it and you smell the earth, smell it. I mean, hopefully you don't live right next to a sewage treatment plant or something, but you go outside, breathe in, breathe the air. Ooh, oxygen. Ooh, brain's firing a little bit. Ooh, look at that. As I'm looking up and taking in the air, you're like, oh, what's that? Oh, is that a distant star that I'm seeing in the daytime? That's interesting. No, that's a planet. That's Venus. Oh, well, that's interesting. Huh. Think about Venus for a minute, Don't. Oh, I hate the Jews. I mean, like, why? I just don't get it. I don't get it. This world is confusing. And especially after I got out of all my surgeries, and I'm happy to, be alive, and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I'm hearing these people with the complaints, and I'm like, what? Vinny, that's not what I meant. You know it. I was mocking that. I don't understand why. Like, I don't understand it. Why does everybody hate everybody? Why does everybody have to have an enemy? Oh God, I shouldn't have said that. But you know what I mean? It's like, why? And especially if you cut that out, you don't get the whole. See, this is what Bill Burr was talking about, man. It's like, oh yeah, yeah. You clip out the thing without all the context. Here we go. Here we go. I don't care. It was kind of funny. I need to be Elden Ring again, but I don't know what I want to go through at this time. Great words indeed, not Gary. Yeah. I don't do Harry Potter, yo. Just saying what I expect to see. I bullied kids for liking Harry Potter, so I'm not allowed to like it now. I've tried and it didn't work. I think it's the universe telling me no. Oh. Pumpkin Man. That's right. In terms of character betrayal, is Dumbledore yelling at Harry worse than Luke Skywalker trying to cut his nephew in half? Yes. Wait. Is Dumbledore yelling it worse? Yes, it's worse. It's absolutely worse because Luke Skywalker did not actually try to cut his nephew in half. I have them think about Uranus. Uranus. Wait, where's it? Is it in the goofy memes? What kind of lives are these? We're the children. We're not men. What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. Oh, that's from Max. Where's yours? Is it in the movie? Wait, there's a bunch of stuff I haven't seen. I don't want to see all this yet. Wait, what is this? See, this is why I don't like opening Discord during chat, because like I actually want to read this stuff. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna close it. Bam. I'm gonna close it until it's time to open it, and it's already 10:18. We got to get in the freaking Discord. By the way, we're gonna continue the Discord, or we're gonna continue the show basically in the Discord, and we're all gonna chat. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna talk. And if you want to join us, feel free to join the Discord. The link should be coming up very shortly over there in the chat. There it is, the Discord channel. Getting so mad for people you never met. My thing is like, I think it's because like, you ever have like a couple of friends and they start fighting about something really stupid and then they get like, they're in each other's face and they're about to beat each other up. And you're like, hey guys, you're like, whoa, stop it. Stop, dude. It's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like the world is right now. Where I'm like, hey, whoa, hey. You know? I mean, and not to say that their problems aren't big problems. There are big problems in the world, but there are things that people are fighting about that's not that big of a deal. You should calm the F down, you know what I mean? But that's just me. I posted a silly DVD on the Discord last week. KP Senti, you probably did. I don't remember. Man, it's been a weird week. That was Rufus and Max last chat. They were about to throw down. I mean, I don't know. I feel like sometimes there's people that want, they want to poke the bear a little bit. I feel like Shozama was just a little bit poking the bear, but also Rufus is like, poke me, damn it, poke me. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny. So it was odd. Okay, yeah, let me show you what I got. Okay, first up, obvious, right? This is an obvious one. I had to get it. And it was one of those where when I first saw it, I saw it streaming and thought, wow, this looks great. I want the 4K disc, and then forgot about it. And then a couple of weeks ago, I saw it for like $12. I said, click, but it took forever to get here. It is the director's edition of the Star Trek motion picture, the original one. Like, I remember this thing where it was like, oh yeah, all the odd Star Trek movies suck. I always liked this movie, and watching it again, I was like, dude, this movie's good. Now, of course, it's sealed. I haven't watched the 4K disc yet, But this comes with a digital code saying that probably is going to go to the members. Just saying. But this comes with, I'll tell you this. My digital copy that I already have of the motion picture, Star Trek the Motion Picture, it includes both versions of the movie. This does not say what the special features are. It just says includes bonus disc featuring hours of new and legacy special features. So I don't know if both versions of the disc are on here. It just says feature film. Does it have? See, this has 136 minutes, which I believe is, yeah, there's only one runtime. So I don't know. I wonder if the digital copy will have the, I don't know. I don't know if it'll have both versions, but I like having both versions always. And plus, my digital copy, it says, there's a commentary on the theatrical, but not on the director's cut. The director's cut's like 5 minutes longer. So, but yeah, Star Trek, the motion picture. There you go. The director's edition in 4K. $12, like on Amazon. So, there you go. Bout It Inc. What's going on? Hi, good to see you. I don't think I've seen you here before. Good to see you. Is HBO Max? Yes. Ninjitsu? Yes. Poke me, damn it, Rob 20. Y'all are just gonna, oh my god, this is gonna get so wrong. This is gonna get so bad. Yeah, Max is Shozama. Did y'all not know that? I thought I said that at one point. Shozama poked me. Oof, accidental cast, but fitting. That sucks. I like that guy. What about Toy Soldiers 4K? Think pre-order sold out. Could be wrong. Toy Soldiers is not my thing. I've seen it once and was like, it's good. It's all right. I don't need to own that one. That's just one I don't need to own. I'm gonna buy everything kind of guy. I'm gonna buy movies that, I want to watch at least 2 more times. Toy Soldiers is not a movie that I need to see again. You know what I mean? He's the one that said I needed to be the center of attention. What version is that of Star Trek? And weren't there 3 different edits with the different format releases? Wasn't there different edits? Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if this was only $12. So my guess is it might just be the directors. But as far as I'm aware, I don't think the original movie has more than one version digitally, which means if you get the digital copy of this, it might contain both. Hold on. I'm looking it up. Motion picture. Bam. Okay, there are multiple editions. Okay. So Star Trek the Motion Picture. See, that's weird. Because when I open that, it says also includes the director's edition. But if I click on the director's edition, also includes the theatrical cut. So I think if you buy Star Trek digitally, it will just play. And it will play whatever version you want. That's really strange. Oh, okay. I don't know. I think RLM did a review of that and they brought that up. Looks hot in Texas. It's definitely it's been hot. Been very warm. Luckily, because of the rain, we're gonna have a somewhat cool week, but I've never seen Max and Shazam in the same place. Coincidence? Yeah, KP Senti, look, if they don't have it, get it. Get it. 1v1 no scope on Rust. What's that? Oh. A Discord rumble. I like everyone, but Rob, he's okay. Thanks, man. Oh, no, Billy from Game Chasers shouted out your channel. Old episode. Oh, well, thank you for showing up about it. Good to see you. Yeah, and you know, that old damn Billy's always doing stuff. He's doing things with his face and then posting pictures of his abs, his chest on the internet like a crazy man. But no, I appreciate that. And the thing is I mean, you know, I'm more of a movie guy. You're gonna get more movies here than games. That's just, you know, kind of how things are. The last two things that I got, and like I said, I did not expect these so soon. I bought some stuff on the Groove sale. The first one is a movie that my wife, well, we both wanted to see. We just never got around to seeing it in the theater. And luckily I can just open it. But it is The Wild Robot. Haven't seen it. Total blind buy. But again, 2 for $24 on that Groove sale. I'm telling you, man, Groove is a joint effort between Warner Brothers and Universal. And so they run some good deals. So I was very pleased to see this on that sale because I was really upset that I missed out on the digital sale of The Wild Robot, and it was $4.99. And I'm like, man, damn it! I should have pulled the trigger, but I didn't. And this comes with same thing. You got a digital copy, Blu-ray and 4K. So very cool. I'm excited to see this for the first time. Gonna have to wait for the wife though, because that's the way things work around here, okay? You got to make that wife happy as much as you can. And then finally is a movie that has been in my list, and I'm like, I'll pick it up when it's on sale. And then I was kind of like, I should have bought one of the ones with the slip case or something, but you know what? Honestly, doesn't matter. It's a great movie. And in Jinzu, you just saw this movie for the first time. That's right. The Terminator in 4K. $12 on Groove. So 2 for $24 is what the sale was. I post these sales in the physical media thing on Discord. So, you know, if you miss out, hey, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Let's open this up. This one didn't tear open as easy as Wild Robot did. I love this knife. But anyway, yeah. The Terminator, what's that? I know. But I've already watched this recently. I streamed it on, what do you call it? Amazon Prime. And it is definitely the new thing. It's going to be nice to see it, you know, uncompressed and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So again, same situation. Oh no, it's just a 4K disc and a digital code, and that's it. And I gotta say, that disc image is kind of cool. Kind of cool. So yeah, and like I said, these two came in today. I just ordered these on Friday. So the fact that they came so quickly was kind of cool. Kind of cool. But those are going, you know, on the thing. It's pretty cool. And seriously, especially for watching the Star Trek series, I know I'm going to like this even more now. And it's just great. It's great. It's great. Let's see. Let me get caught up, and then we'll move over to the Discord. You think I need to be the center of attention, or is that like a projection thing? I think you're pretty rad. Sometimes extreme personalities don't like others. There's this strange phenomenon where folks set in their ways project their internalized shortcomings. I mean, like, what it seemed like was that y'all were both enjoying yourself. That's all I'll say. And it was almost like, hey, we're gonna fight a little bit, you know? I don't know. It's just kind of funny. But, you know, if I might be completely wrong, and I apologize if I'm overstepping my boundaries by saying that. I don't know. Hot here in Texas. The weather sucks donkey balls. Yeah. I was just in Florida. The heat is different. Texas is a little dry, but that tropical heat is, oh, yeah, no. The Riled Wobot. Yes. Got my Groove delivery today. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, I seriously got, like, I didn't know this was coming today. I didn't get a shipping notification, nothing. I just opened my mailbox and there it was. That is a rad disc. I know, right? Do you back up your physical to Plex or Jellyfin, Kodi, etc.? I used to, but then I said, it's not worth it. I don't care. Because here's the thing. What's the life of these things? Like, seriously. 20 years? 25 years? I might be dead by then. I mean, I'm just trying to be honest here. You know, who cares? Like, I'm not worried about that. I did a full backup of all of my DVDs and Blu-rays. I don't remember. I probably could figure that out. Like, what was the last movie I ripped? But then it was like, it doesn't make sense because most of these movies are going to come with a digital code. And that's really my backup. You know, if the disc gets destroyed or whatever, I have the digital code. And plus, I probably could just, buy the movie again. I don't know. And it's just like, it wasn't worth all the thing. And then plus, I mean, I was buying, I have three hard drives. I have four hard drives. One is just full of movies and TV shows. And most of the TV shows are like, they're not movies and TV shows that most people would want to watch these days because they're all older movies. And it's like, who cares? And it's like, I got to the point where I set up a server so that me, my wife, and my wife's parents could access the whole library. Oh, and my dad. Everybody could access my stuff, my movies. And I was looking at the logs and no one was using it. And I'm like, why am I leaving my hard drive spinning 24/7 in the hopes that somebody maybe wants to watch, Crimson Tide? It's a bad example because it's a great movie, but whatever. Con Air. Whatever movie that I'd ripped, right? And the problem was nobody cared. So I was like, well, I'm shutting down the server. I'm going to turn off these hard drives to preserve them. Then what I did is I bought a bigger hard drive to have everything on one hard drive. And I barely ever turn it on because nobody asks for it. So it's like, what was the point of doing all that work? I mean, I spent months of my time off. That's what I did. I had it where, and it was a system where I would rip the disc, right? And then I would rip the next disc, and then I would rip the next disc, and then rip the next disc. I would rip discs all day. And then I would queue up the conversion, figured out the best conversion, pretty much. The best conversion, right? And I would queue those all up so that it would be done by morning, and then I would repeat the process, right? That's what I did. Because I wasn't working. All I was doing, like, while I was ripping all of these discs, I was looking for a job and all that stuff. And then, like I said, at the end of it, nobody cared. And it was like, why did I waste all that time? So, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Are you implying we were both in manic highs or that we enjoyed bumping heads? I think maybe a little bit. Maybe a little both. I don't know. I think the media server backup thing is nice to have just in one central UI. Absolutely, KP Senti. Absolutely. I think it's a great idea. But I got to the point where I'm not concerned about being finicky anymore. And if I'm going to watch a digital copy, it's because it's a movie that I don't need the absolute best quality, blah, 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 blah. So that's why I got 4K discs for the movies that I really want to see again and really want to experience within their full fidelity. And the rest of them, like, I don't need to see as good as it gets in 4K Dolby Digital. I don't. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. But movies like this, yes. Movies like The Searchers in 4K, a classic movie, just, that's different. As good as it gets, nobody cares. Nobody cares. All right. So here's the thing. We're going to transition over to the Discord. It is free to join if you want to come join us. Otherwise, I showed off an immense amount of movies that are coming out very soon. So there will be many, many reviews to come, including this Thursday for Karate Kid Legends. So if you're interested, subscribe and do the thing. And, I'll tell you if it sucks or not. Hopefully it's good. I'm hoping it's good, but who knows? I guess we'll see. I just bit my own tongue. It's getting late. So anyway, guys, I hope. Wait a minute. Let me go ahead and jump in. How about I go ahead and jump in, and that way everybody knows. Hey, it's time to jump in. Turn on the camera. We're ready to go. So yeah, I mean, look at this. I'm in here. Oops. I'm in here. I'm ready to go. Oh, there's Rufus right there. Coming on in. You can close that. We're doing the thing. So look, I appreciate you guys. And seriously, just watching is amazing. But you guys who join members, I mean, that's great too. I think it's awesome. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Next Tuesday, same time, same place. And we'll do this thing, all this stuff too. Hanging out in Discord. So bye and stuff. Hey, what's up? Hi, Rufus. Hi. Bye, stream people. Bye, stream people. Now we're Discord people.